set. 5500. 91. Rotate.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Good day to everybody. Happy Friday to those tuning in on a Friday evening, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in from. I thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Guys, a very anticipated moment is upon us today. The iniBuilds scene from iniBuilds DTW, Detroit Metro Wayne. There's about 3 different names you can call this airport. Detroit, as I like to call it myself, is just around the corner from release, and I've been lucky enough that iniBuilds sent me a pre-release copy. We're going to kind of take a look at that today, and this whole stream is basically going to be brought to you by ini. We're flying Detroit to Buffalo, which is also an epic ini scenery, and we're also going to be in the ini A310. So it's going to be loaded. Short flight. We'll probably do 2 legs. We'll probably do a return leg back into Detroit as well, so you guys can take a look at that. I'm super excited to show you guys this airport around here. Now, I was trying to get my controller plugged in, and it wasn't picking up the right axis. So we're just going to do a little brief walk through the terminal here as we go up to our gate. But I am happy to show you guys this lovely Detroit airport here. Look at this. It is, I mean, there's no holds barred when it comes to ini. The absolute attention to detail. This scenery is absolutely awesome. There's a whole lot of detail out there that I'll show you guys when we get to the exterior view, but I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. Now, one word of caution before we get to move on here and look a little bit further down the terminal and go up to our gate Alpha 68 as we see this beautiful A310 waiting for us out there. Right now, I'm having trouble with the beta version for the options. So how the airport's going to come to the final release version is you're going to have options to tune down some extra stuff to get better performance. Right now, I've got my airport cranked all the way up, all the add-ons. I'll show you the de-ice pad. There's airplanes getting de-iced. It's absolutely crazy madness going on. But if you're worried about performance, there will be options to reduce some extra things that might be taxing your computer, your CPU, or your GPU. So that is a very welcome piece of software that they're going to have. And you'll be able to configure all that through the INI Manager. But let's go ahead and walk through the terminal right here. So yeah, just be in mind, my frames right now, with my setting pretty much everything on Ultra, with my bottleneck CPU, I get about 25 to 29 frames in the airplane at the gate, which is, it's not terrible. It's totally doable, but I can only imagine that if I were able to turn down some stuff, I would even get more frames. So, but I mean, you can see here, it's just absolutely awesome. I would say it's probably on par with LAX, maybe a little bit better than LAX out of the box. So that's how the performance is running on my rig right now. Do keep in mind that I have a pretty bottleneck CPU, but just look at this freaking detail here. Look at this. I mean, I've got my textures turned down. I bet if I turned my textures all the way up, you could read all that. But there's the Sky Train is working right here. Here is the Shed Bar over here. You got the CNBC Smart Shop. I've actually been right here before. It looks like it's closed this morning. Go figure. But I mean, I've actually been right here numerous times, catching commutes and doing other things. But this is the main Delta terminal. I'm going to zoom you guys outside. I want to show you some other stuff here. This is like next level realism. I'm going to zoom in on it from here so you guys can take a look at it. Look at those CRJs getting de-iced at the pad. So the CRJ de-icing is also going to be an option. I think I saw that in the INI Manager, the options, or at least there's a picture that shows what's going to be toggleable and what you can turn off and what you can keep on. I believe you'll be able to turn those off as well as static aircraft and stuff to same frames. But I tell you right now, that's pretty sweet. I would think that, the way I would run this scenery is I would probably turn de-icers off unless it was going to be like an icing day. And then imagine coming to this airport when it's real weather and it's actually snowing and you know you got to get de-iced. You can go taxi out to the de-ice pad next to those guys and simulate de-icing. It's absolutely awesome. I've never seen that in an airport scenery. So as we come outside here, I got to load in. You can see my frames went down a little bit, but overall it's still pretty good. I would say it's definitely better than LAX was out of the box. But I'm gonna come up on top of the terminal here. Look at that detail, man. It's awesome. Now, I mean, of course, I picked the one and only gate that wasn't in front of the window. I picked like the one gate that has the bathrooms in front of it, which is good. You know, in real life, this is the realism we're simulating here. In real life, I always love parking at the gate that's next to the restrooms because you don't have to go walk, 40 miles to get to the restroom. So in real life, this is an awesome spot. I wonder, I actually haven't been in here. Don't tell me they're modeled. Okay, I was gonna say if the stalls and stuff were modeled, that would be would be pretty crazy. But there's your men's and ladies' restrooms, the reflections on the floor. I mean, if you guys have been to Detroit, you will know how realistic this looks. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And if we sit here, we can actually wait for a train to come by. Look, there's a train coming. We'll wait for the Sky Train to come through here. The laminar fountain and the little tram are my personal favorite parts. iniBuilds is in the chat, so if you have questions, absolutely. I mean, it's awesome. I was walking, or like I was zooming through the terminal. I didn't realize this train was modeled right here. This is insane. Look at this. Look at this. Come up here. Like if you have your controller set up, like if you actually have an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller to maneuver, I mean, you can get in the train and just go from terminal to terminal. This is insane. There's someone else getting de-iced out there as well. Look at that. That's the Delta 3. Is that a 350? Yeah, that's a 350, I think, getting sprayed down out there. So cool. Let's go ahead and continue to zoom through the terminal a little bit. We'll spend a little bit more time zooming through the terminal, and then we'll get our airplane finally fired up. It's a super short flight today. We're just doing Detroit Boston. It's only 200 miles. And if you guys want to see the Detroit Buffalo, not Boston, Detroit Buffalo, I've got the INI Buffalo, which I picked up a while ago. That it's just really awesome as well, and it's I think it kind of flew under the radar. At least for me, it did. I didn't realize it was out, and then when I saw it was out, I immediately bought it. And I love the Buffalo airport as well. So we're going to see that. You're going to see a bunch of different airports as well. But this is just next level. And I do want to note one thing. With my current rig, I've got the 3090 and like and an old i9 processor. If you guys want to see this absolutely smashed out to maximum graphics, Q8 Pilot is going to be streaming around 12 noon, about an hour from now, and he has a super rig. He's got the 4090 and all of the latest and greatest, so I can only imagine he's going to be able to show you. If you have a super rig computer and you really want to see what this airport can look like, make sure you check out his stream at around 12 o'clock Central Time, so about an hour from now. Looks like we got some people over here. Check this out. They didn't even know this. Hello. Good to see you. That looks like Kevin O'Leary from what's that show? Shark Tank. Look, you even have a departure board. Hey, are we on the board here? Let's see. We got San Diego, Mini. I don't see any Buffalo. We'd probably be over at the RJ Gates in real life. But, I mean, this is just... Wonder if baggage claim is modeled. Let me bump up the camera zoom speed here. And we could literally spend the whole stream just zipping around the airports. I kind of want to go see the other side as well. So let's just zoom down this. I mean, you got the moving walkways. Funny story about a moving walkway in Detroit, actually. Was it in the other terminal? I think it was in the other terminal. I have to tell you that. I'll have to see if the other terminal is modeled too. I actually haven't been over to that side. This is just crazy. Look at this. We're just going to zoom all the way down here. Let's come outside a little bit. Let's see what we can go all the way to the end. You can see that. All right. Cool. Let's go back to the north side, the redheaded stepchild of Detroit. So I'm actually going to have to bump the camera speed up even more. So the redheaded stepchild of Detroit, what that means is in Detroit, if you're not Delta, you're basically second-class citizens, and they put you over on this terminal, which is far less awesome. But I can only imagine it is modeled. Look at that. They've got the colors are spot on. Let me just slow down my camera now here real quick, and we'll go and check this terminal out. Because this is where, if you're not flying a Delta operation, you're probably going to be parking over here. So you're going to come into this side. And I mean, the colors out here are awesome. These jet bridges are this like, I think it's an ugly blue, but that's exactly what it looks like. So I actually used to park, in my regional days, we used to park way down at the end over here. Let's go inside. Is there any model? Oh my gosh, there actually is. Is this the ticketing counter? Check this out. I had no idea. I've never been over here yet. Oh my gosh, guys. This is where you go. I'll show you where you go get the crew van. So you come in here. We got to go up these stairs. They even have the Christmas tree. I just found this out. Are you kidding me? Guys, smash down this airport. Smash the like button for iniBuilds. Getting it shown here. This is insane. I didn't even see this tree. I have not explored this terminal yet, which is ironic because we normally park over here. So in real life, you'd come right down here, and then you'd go through these doors, and then down. There's like some escalators and stuff here. There's an escalator and then an elevator, and then you come out, and this is where the crew shuttles are. So we would pick up. You wait here, and you got all the buses, and then the cars would come through and pick us up. This is crazy. Little story. Was it walkway up here? Let's see. Do we have any walkways in here? Yes. Okay. So this. Was it this one? I can't remember if it was in this terminal, the moving walkway. Anyway, regardless, so quick funny story about Detroit. I was on the moving walkway like this, and I was in front of an elderly couple that had two really large suitcases. And there was a bunch of people on the walkway and everything, and when they got to the end of the walkway, they dropped their bags. So they got off the walkway, but their bags stacked up and got stuck here on the walkway, and the walkway was still moving. So when the walkway was moving, their bags were on there. I'm now forced to go into it. I can't back up because there's people behind me, and basically there was this huge conglomerate of bags and people. I ended up jumping over the railing in full uniform, leaving my bags there and helping the elderly couple get their stuff together and get the walkway cleared. But it was a massive traffic jam on this walkway. I'll never forget that. I was a relatively new hire first officer, and there was just a complete meltdown on the moving walkway. But anyway, you come down here. Look at this terminal. This is the American side, JetBlue, I believe Spirit, Alaska. Look, they even got the Spirit signs down here. They got JetBlue. This is airport simulation to the next level, guys. This is next level airport simulation. This is crazy. All right, I guess at some point we need to fire up the airplane, right? But I didn't explore this part of the terminal yet. It's just cool to see that. What other surprise? Any other surprises in here? It looks pretty good. But yeah, this is your Delta gates. Basically, everybody else but Delta is on this side. Awesome, awesome stuff. And the textures are spot on. We'll go over here to the de-ice pad. Let me bump it up. Let me bump up the speed a little bit here. We'll kind of do a little, and we'll see it when we taxi out as well. But, I mean, you got a couple CRJs. I've spent quite a few hours in this de-ice pad. This is actually the newest like rendition. This was under construction for quite some time. I spent a lot of time here when they were doing construction here, repainting the markings and stuff. But yeah, I've definitely sipped some coffees in that de-ice pad, no doubt about it. Well, here we are. We're going to go back to our airplane. We got so far away, I think we probably disconnected everything. Let me get reset up here. We'll let the airplane reload up. We'll let SimBrief get back loaded up, and let's get the show on the road, shall we? A couple shout outs. AJ Funari, Jeremy's in the house. Even the lights in the ceilings are modeled. Indeed, man. It's like I said, this is INI has raised the bar not only for airplanes, but for airports and scenery. They really truly have. It's really awesome to see. Mr. Martini's in the house. Stephen Hayner, AJ Funari, Jamie is also here. Good to see you. Ramon Thompson Fubar, good to see you, my friend. Dustin Mayshuk, RC Flyer, Stephen Hayner, Chris Stuper is awesome. Good to see you, man. Theory B and Luminous, can't ever pronounce your name, man. Welcome. All right, I think we're all pretty much everything is loaded up here. So I'm going to get rid of the camera. I'm going to rehook up the jet bridge here, which I did have the jet bridge working. So let's operate jetways. So it's going to disconnect. All right, now let's reconnect it. I think it's because we were in that drone cam when we went so far away. There it comes. Here comes the jet bridge. Let's get in the airplane. Let's get this thing fired up, shall we? Let's go over to Buffalo. Lolar Pilot, you love the Delta livery. I do too. This is a classic livery on the 310. Absolutely love it. Let's fire up the airplane. Ooh, let me turn up my sim sounds. We can't have the sim sounds down that low. Let's go. iniBuilds for the win. Mr. Martini, I couldn't agree more, man. It's just what these guys are doing, guys and gals, and their whole team is truly, they push the bar, you know, and that's something that I think has desperately been needed in our hobby of flight simulation, because, you know, we had back in the FSX days, we had P3D, we had PMDG. They came out and raised the bar with add-ons. Then P3D came out, and PMDG continued to kind of push the bar. Then the FS Labs came out, set the bar even higher. X-Plane, you know, we had some cool stuff come out, but INI comes out of nowhere on X-Plane. What do? They raise the bar for the quality of airplane at the price point and all that, the features, with the Beluga and everything. And then you come to Microsoft, you know, Phoenix comes out, they set the bar at a precedent, and then INI comes out with a free 310 and all the sceneries. It's awesome to see this stuff happening in this community, because it really is truly advancing our hobbies, our passion for this hobby, and it's just an awesome time to be a flight sim enthusiast. It really, truly is. Just y'all wait to see what we've got coming next. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, let's get this airplane fired up here. This is going to be the longest ever flight to Buffalo, because we're just looking at the airport the whole time. We're going to go nav 1, 2, and 3 up top. We'll go heading status mode. I'm going to put you on external power for right now. Everything looks good here. We'll go no smoking auto, strobe auto, nav auto. We'll get the galley power on, so we get the coffee brewing. Everything else looks good on this side right now. Let's come down to our box right here. We're going to do an ILS alignment, but first we're going to get our ACARS flight plan. Load that sucker up here. INI is easily up there with Flight Beam for me now. Just ridiculously detailed scenery. I agree. It really is. It is awesome. And what I'm looking forward to as well, to kind of see how it changes on my rig, is when the release version of this airport comes out. Like I said, you're going to have options to toggle and reduce items and artifacts on the scenery to help boost your performance. So maybe you don't want de-icers out there. Maybe you want less vehicles or no static aircraft. You'll be able to toggle that via the INI manager, which is really going to help a lot of people out. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and just hit the align button there. GPS is primary. Flight ID today, we are Delta 357 in the house. Cost index is a short flight. We're going 25. 330 is our filed. I'll tell you that right now. What did our PDC say? I think we filed 27. Did we? Approved, blah, 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 blah. Climb via SID. All right. Well, we'll climb via SID, but I guess I'll leave 330 in there for right now, but I think I filed 27. I can't remember. You know what? I can check right now. I did file 27, so we're going to reset that. 270 is set. I filed 27 in VATSIM, and then on SimBrief I had 33, but that looks good. All right, that is in there. Let's get our init B page ready to go. That is set there. We don't need all that gas. Let's come over to our EFB. Make sure we have the right aircraft and flight details. Yes, we do. Detroit to Buffalo. Beautiful. From there, we're going to go down here. And we're going to start loading our aircraft. So we're going to take a full load. We got 261 watching, so we're going to take a full load of passengers today. And we're going to add our cargo of 10,000 pounds. Not too much cargo. It's kind of a skewed weight there, but that's fine. And our fuel for this flight required. We have an alternate of Pittsburgh. Don't think we really need it. Weather's pretty decent in Buffalo. But right now, the planned fuel for gate is 19.5. So we'll just take an even 20. We'll give myself an extra 5,000 pounds so we can have a slow taxi out and enjoy the scenery. So I'm going to apply that load right there to the aircraft. That is done. We're going to put some stuff in the box now. So our zero fuel weight is 228.7. Let's load that in here. 228.7. Our block fuel on board is 20.9er. That'll give us a gross weight of 24.7 for takeoff. Our zero fuel weight CG is 27.1. That is set. Down 0.1. Alternate gas. Doesn't look like we have any required. That's fine. That looks fine with me. 1.9 on the taxi out. We got plenty of extra gas to get there and back. So init B is done. Let's look at our flight plan. Hello from Flowerman, Brett Oral. Welcome to the stream, man. Culture Shock, welcome or greetings from the Peach State. Sir Culture Shock, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. Welcome on board. All right, ATIS today. Let's do a quick update in case we need it. Detroit, we've got 180 at 14, 10 miles scattered, broken 11, overcast 2500, 76, 30-8. So, 308, look at that. Got myself a little 308 yesterday. Winds 114 knots from 180, so we're probably going to use 22. I'm going to request 22 left for departure. We probably get 21 right, won't we? Does it tell me here in my PDC? Plan 21 right for departure. Okay, we'll do that. We'll taxi out to 21 right. That's fine. So let's set that in the box here. Detroit, SID off of 21 right. 21 left. Where's too many runways here? 21 right on the Howe 3 departure. And we're going out to the Brock intersection. We'll insert that. That looks good. And then into Buffalo, which I'm using my charts on my real world company iPad because I hate using the old style Navigraph app that we have. So sorry that you can't follow along here. I might set up a camera on this at one point as well. But right now for Buffalo, they're probably going to be landing, we'll plan 2-3. Why don't we plan 2-3 in Buffalo? Let's do ILS 2-3, nose star, and as far as the approach off of 2-3, we don't need a, we'll do Trava, which is basically straight in. We'll insert that. Looks good. Our neighbors in Ontario pronounce it Detroit. Detroit. Really? David, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. Glad to see you on board. All right. Hey, everyone, can you do an engine start from wing walker point of view in front of the engine and watch the families turn and heat? You know what, Chris, Chavis Davis, I will attempt that today. I have my Throttletek bound up, so we're gonna see if we can do that today. All right, our flight plan is in the box. Takeoff approach speeds. Before we get there, let's go ahead and get our fuel tank pumps on. Let's get the APU warmed up and fired up. We'll go here and here. While that's doing its thing, let's get our yaw dampers, our ATS on as well. Everything looks good on the overhead. I guess we can get our low pressure oxygen on. Oxygen check. APU is going to spool up. Let's do some quick takeoff calculations. Hit the magic barrel ref key there. And let's go over here. All right, one runway length. We're going to go full length, 8498. Dry runway heading is 209, 18014, 1018 in the altimeter. Weight, what did we say, 247? Takeoff weight 247.7. So we'll throw that in here. 247. I forgot one fuel pump. Phantom 320, what's up, man? All right, I'll get that fuel pump. 247.7. We're going to do a 1550 anti-ice off, air conditioning on. Calculate that. Oh, we need to do this again. 3008. For some reason, it takes it in a HG without a decimal there. If you have an issue with that. All right, 34, 36, and 50. There we go. You guys happy now? Are we spooling up outside? We are. Phantom, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Not working today, huh? Phantom 320 is in the chat. Oh boy, I'm nervous now. It's great seeing my home airport added to this level. Man, I would love a high quality Dallas. I'm with you, man. I can only imagine how awesome it'd be to have your home airport at this quality of a scenery. Love it. Mr. Rastus, thank you for the continued support. Background lurker here again. Hi from Finland. Well, that's a long way away. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on board from Finland. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for hanging out with us and being a background lurker. Appreciate you. All right, what were our speeds? 34, 36, and 50. So 1, 3, 4, pretty low speeds because we don't have a lot of weight on us here. 134, 136, and I'm finally getting a handle on this V2 situation. So we're going to dial in 150, which is really low for V2. We'll dial in 150. All right. And then we're going to push to pre-select our climb out speed of 250 knots. Tony 2 times. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you had a great time with the missus yesterday. Find yourself any new CCW toys? I did indeed, man. I sure did, Tony 2 times. We had a great time yesterday. It's good to get out and just go. And we actually went out to lunch at a restaurant. I haven't done that in probably 3 years. So cool to do that again. I'm going to turn down the audio here a little bit. Do auto throttle channels. You can keep auto throttle on during landing phase. Retard is normally implemented, at least on your FMA. You can keep the auto throttle on, I believe, but I always turn it off because it's more fun to hand fly it. But yeah, I believe you can leave it on this. Surely you can. All right, everything is set there. Climb via SID. So on the how, if I look at my Detroit SID, it's up to 7,000, up to 7,000. So we're going to dial in 17 here. 17,000 is set. Off 2-1 right in case we need a heading. We'll just put in the runway heading here. Switch to headphones, and damn, those sounds are juicy. Oh yeah, you got to have headphones for the sim, man. That's one thing that I really think makes a difference. Is even if you have good quality speakers, when you have like a really high quality headset, it just sounds so much more rich. I don't know, just a rich sound, especially engine startup on this airplane. It's pretty sweet. All right, so everything is set in the FMA. I don't think they call it an FMA in this airplane, but it is what it is. I'm going to call it an FMA. You guys can be mad at me. Let's look at our checklist items here real quick. We're not using GSX to load us up because I don't have a profile for it yet, but we'll use them for pushback. But real quick here, let's look at our checklist. Cockpit prep, complete signs. We'll get them. Fuel is checked. Nav check. Landing elevation. Let's go ahead and do that. I didn't do that earlier. The Buffalo Airport is 727. We'll dial that sucker in here. 5-6, right about there. That looks good. That is set. We're Toga on the thrust limit computer. Everything looks good here. All right. We can also arm profile. Nope. Profile nav and profile climb. That is armed. Everything else looks good. All right, let's give ground a call, or Detroit Tower a call. They are online on 2812. Let's give them a call, and we also want to get our squawk code in there. So 128.12. I need to get myself an XP radio stack. Really need to get myself a radio stack. 2812 is set. That is on. That is out and on as well. 128.12. And our squawk was assigned to us in our PDC. I forgot to put that in. 5764.
Detroit Metro Tower, Lufthansa 443 Heavy requesting taxi.
Lufthansa 443 Heavy, runway 22 left, taxi via Kilo, Yankee 10.
Roger, runway 22 left, taxi via Kilo, Yankee 10, Lufthansa 443 Heavy.
5764, right? 5764. Put it in transponder. All right, let's give him a call.
1241 Metro Tower, runway 22 right, here, clear to land, winds are 180 at 14.
I guess we can push and start on our own at our discretion, and then we will call him back for taxi. Right? We'll do that. So let's get GSX to prepare for boarding. Or prepare for pushback. All right, 5764 is set. Oh, we forgot the signs. Seatbelt signs are on. And I always forget the order of this. Let's go ahead and turn off external power. We get our probe heats on. I think that's for after start.
And Lufthansa 443 Heavy, we just when you get a moment, clock mode, speed for me more normal, please.
All right, there goes the jet bridge. Everything else looks good. Windows, doors. Let's close those as well.
Sorry, can you say again, Lufthansa 443 Heavy?
Cool.
Lufthansa 443 squawk mode Charlie, please. Mode Charlie.
Squawk mode Charlie, Lufthansa 443.
Is this adjust audio in the sim as well? Let's do that. Let's turn that down. RC Flyer, thank you for the continued support. Proud to support your channel V1. Your content is second to none. RC Flyer, thank you so much for the continued support, man. Appreciate you. Glad you're enjoying the content. Ricksta, welcome to Private Pilot. Thank you for supporting the channel, Ricksta. Exclamation point, welcome for your new perks here on the channel. Always a pleasure to have new members join in. Welcome on board, man. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let me see if this works today. It does, but I got a cable in front of the camera. What's happening here? Interesting. Alright, that works. Alright, we need to go nose left, tail right. Love it. Marcus, welcome to the stream, dude. Glad to have you on board, man. The squawk was given in the PDC. Brakes released, clear to push. All right, we'll start after pushback, just because I like to fully engross myself in the startup sounds. So we'll watch them push us back here. Oh, you got like elbow
443 Heavy, RNAV to winners, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff.
Well, you kind of got
Line
elbow
up
view.
and wait, runway 22 left to Lufthansa 443.
Am I wearing two shirts? I'm wearing
runway
a
22
fishing
left, clear for
shirt
takeoff, RNAV to winners.
underneath a other shirt. Why is my ATC so loud? Put it at like, it's my VPod is at like 1. Yeah, because I'm gonna go fishing later today.
Heavy, can you say again, please?
Lufthansa 443 Heavy, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff.
I'm gonna have to
RNAV
adjust
winners.
this camera over here, huh? It's like,
Whiskey, India, November,
elbow
Romeo,
cam.
Sierra, winners.
is there good bottled night light included for the scenery? I actually haven't checked it out at night yet. That would be That would be something to check out on the way back.
1241, welcome to Metro. You going to the north or south terminal?
I haven't actually tested it at night. I'm sure there is. It's I&I.
1241, Roger.
It's I&I builds. Of course, it would be night lighting.
Good afternoon.
Brake set. Clear disconnect. I'm going to mute vPilot for right now. All right, let's go ahead and start engine number 1. We are even, so we're going to go to the Bravo start switch today. Everything is on. APU bleed is on. Starting engine 1. Let's do it. We'll listen to this one inside, and then we'll try to do an exterior engine start. I'm gonna turn it up. I gotta turn up the sounds. I gotta figure out how to turn down my cockpit sounds. Cockpit is loud. Wing views are quiet. I gotta wait for max motoring. This is a 1,000-hour pilot move right here, starting engines from the engine view.
Bypass pin removed.
I can tell what N2 I'm at just by listening.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Oh, I forgot to throw those emojis in there, Fubar. Or Tom, I forget who Chris. Someone gave me the 2 new emojis. I forgot to put them in there for the. Uh-oh, our flaps lever is out. Rip. Okay, well that was a 250-hour pilot move, but how cool is that? I had the flap lever not in position 0. As soon as the engine started spooling up and we had hydraulics, it deployed the flaps. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Even though it was a mistake, a pilot error on my part, it's pretty cool to see that. Now the problem is, why am I at slat 0? I should be up. Interesting. Alright, well let's go ahead and start 2. And I might have to adjust a sensitivity on my flap handle there because it's in the 0 position here on my Throttletek, but it looks like we're at flaps 15. External startup view. Probably should have done the first engine outside. Sounds better in here. Moaviation hasn't been released yet, but you can only imagine it's probably very, very soon. Man, I love the sound of this startup. It just is a dinosaur, man. Just dinosaur starting up here. All right, let's see if we can actually put our flaps in the right position. I think for 15, we need to go right here. Oh, God, I love that. Look at the reflection of the nav light there, the position light on the back of the tarmac. My goodness. All right, let's make sure we are. We are 15. That looks good. I will probably have to check that in flight here. Matter of fact, let me just double check my control bindings real quick. Maybe I have a curve on my flap lever because I don't want to not be able to go flaps 0 in flight. That would not be good if we had to keep the slats out. So I'm going to just do a quick check over here at my Throttletek and make sure I don't have any weird on my flap axes. Which is this one. I don't. So hopefully we can figure it out. We're 15 on the flaps. Everything looks good there. Let's come back to the overhead. We're going to turn this off. We're going to go ahead and turn the APU air off. We're going to turn on the APU master switches off. I think we were down 0.7. That looks good there. We can arm the speed brakes. They are armed, and let's turn the sim back down. All right, everything looks good. 150, 17, 126, auto brakes max is selected. Let's go ahead and give ground a call. We have information hotel. Detroit Tower, good afternoon. Delta 357, information hotel, ready taxi.
280 Metro Tower. Thank you for hotels on the 21 right. Taxi Uniform Golf Victor Mike. Cross 27 right on Golf.
All right, 21 right. Uniform Golf Victor Mike. Cleared across 27 right on Golf for Delta 357. All right, Uniform Golf Victor Mike. I'm looking at my real world charts over here. All right, Uniform Golf Victor Mike. Pretty self-explanatory. We'll go parking brakes release, taxi light on, and let's go. Cleared to cross. Uh-oh, Lauren. What did I say wrong? I didn't read back cleared to cross? All right, uniform, right turn, left turn onto Golf. Brake check, pressure is 0. We're looking good. So we're going to make a right turn out here. Matt Warren, what's up? Welcome to the stream, dude. You get to watch on the 75-inch at home? Oh, boy. I better be on my best behavior, huh? Glad to have you on board, man. Welcome. Alright, uniform here, then we're going to turn left at the Gulf, and do we have to cross the bridge? No, we don't have to cross the bridge. I don't think so. Oh yeah, we do. Alright, so this next one should be Gulf. Does Delta serve juicy nuts still? Cleared to cross is like with you. Proper turn is cross runway X on taxiway. Oh. Interesting. Alright, we're crossing. Left is clear. Right is clear. Does this aircraft have VNAV? Yes, it does. Alright, uniform Golf. And then it's going to be a slight right turn onto Victor, and then left onto Mike. Let's do a quick flight control check. Yeah, looks good there. Should have the flight control page up so we can see the elevator.
Left station Con, I think that's Delta 1670.
All right.
You're real quiet.
So here we go. We're going to make a slight right here on the Victor.
Yeah, you're real quiet.
The trim wheel is bound to my TCA yoke, so right here where the trim switch is, where it would be in real life. All right, here is Mike. We'll make a left turn onto Mike, and that'll take us all the way down to 21 right. I am slightly nervous about why I can't get my flaps to position 0. What's our flap 15 speed? What's the slat speed? Probably like 205 knots. We might have an issue with that. Because I had to do a recalibration of everything today because I was trying to get my OBS to get my cameras to work, and then I was redoing USB ports and everything. Oh man, look at this though. Let's enjoy some of the scenery here. There's a Spirit hangar out there. That's a thorn in Delta's side if I've ever seen one right there. Spirit hangar in Detroit. Look at the roads. Look at the signs on the road. I mean, this is real life, guys. This is real life. And if you want to see, again, if you want to see this at maxed out graphics, Q8 Pilot will be streaming in about 20 minutes on an absolute massive PC rig. 4090, the latest processor. I'm going to be watching that on replay, but if you do stop in and see Q8, tell them I said hi. Even has the road signs. I know, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I should have seen that the hotel is modeled. I've stayed at the, what is it, the Westin? We stay there sometimes on short overnights. We go to the Westin, which is on airport property. It's really cool. You could walk right into the security, right through security from the hotel lobby. It's pretty sweet. This is the Phantom 320 ramp where all the corporate jets are in King Air. It's a signature flight support. It's so awesome. All the cars out there.
Yeah, it's also got you on low altitude airways, which I can't.
I mean, this is like, this is crazy. Why do you hold the thrust levers at the bottom instead of raising your hand on
RNAV
the...
winners, runway 21 right clear for takeoff.
Was that for me?
357 RNAV winners, runway 21 right clear for takeoff.
RNAV winners 2-1 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 357. All right, we are cleared to go.
Spirit 1235, Metro Towers on the front for 2 standby. 1673 heavy, reach you 5.
All right, RNAV to winners. So profile climb, nav is blue. We will set the Toga on the cheek button over here.
Stanza 541 heavy, runway 21 right, taxi via Golf.
And let's just pray that our flaps would go into position 0. Because if they don't, we're going to be having some serious issues. Departure is, I don't believe it's online, right? I don't think departure's online, so we should be all right. Look at that. Hey, that's a pretty good lineup. Good lineup for a rookie. All right. Let's do this. Are you guys ready? Smash down that Toga button. Yoga's in chat. I'm going to spool him up 50.
Thank you.
And we're going to hit the magic Toga button. Thrust. Ride them forward. Little forward pressure on the yoke. We are out of here. Man, there's so much range of motion on these throttles. I love it. All right, we're looking for 100.2 on the airpor. 100.2 is achieved. 80 knots. Thrust set. Working that pressure out. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Nice deadband there. Oh, feels so good. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Oh, man, that's awesome. All right, we need to actually fly the departure, though. Hold on.
Delta 357, contact departure, sir.
Departure, we'll see you. Delta 357. All right, I got to go autopilot 1 here.
While you're getting that going, let's get these over
34-7.
1235, have your current size, copy.
We're ready.
Spirit 1235, you're clear to LaGuardia, Pavel 2 departure, as we transition, then it's 5, foreign 5, SID, departure 119.
Departure, good afternoon. Delta 357, 3.3, climbing via the HAL 3. Oh my goodness, look at that. Say goodbye to Detroit. It's pretty large. I don't think it's bigger than DFW. We'll go back to live cam. Oop. And let's go flaps 15. What was that departure for you?
Box 41 up 1.
And tower field 3%. What was that departure frequency again? 1987.
119.87.
Thanks, we'll see you. Had the wrong one. 1987. Departure, good afternoon. Delta 357. We're 6 climbing 17,000 on the HAL 3.
To contact climb maintain level 270.
I'm to fly level 270, Delta 357. All right, 270 is set, and let's see if we can get our flaps into position 0 here.
American 1312, 1 departure prior to arrival. He's taking runway now.
Yeah, they're coming up. All right. Oh, it's just a little funky there. Phantom is slacking on the FO. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of work for a single pilot there, guys. Sorry about that. I probably should have done this flight off of VATSIM just so we could enjoy the scenery on departure, but it got pretty busy there coming off out of Detroit. But there you go. You can see it in the distance. And that's even with like my lowered, I lowered my settings, my draw distance. They're not as high as Q8 pilots since he's running the 4090 now, so I only imagine that looks even better on a 4090. But it's awesome. I'm really happy with the performance too. You know, it's better than the LA was out of the gate for sure. Definitely is. All right, well, let's keep flying here. We're climbing up to 270, 9.9. We're getting ready to go through 10,000. We can put the gear into the off position. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get our lights off here. Let me just do it from this view. We'll turn all those off. We'll turn that off. And that is off as well. That could have been in the on position. Everything else looks good. We are pressurizing. We're going through some visible moisture, and it's freezing. Let's get our engine anti-ice on. Q8's rig is so powerful, it generates a gravitational field. I believe it, man. Only 10-hour pilots don't put departure in standby. I know, Flame. I know, man. It got me there. Man, into the clouds we go. Aviator Trav, you have the FPS is good for you, but they get the stutters they get you. I got you. That could be a different setting maybe that you could tweak that out. But they do continue to improve them, no doubt. And like I said, this scenery is going to have the options to reduce a couple of like the artifacts and stuff, so you can have even better performance if you have a struggle. All right, let's zoom it out. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And it's not even over. I mean, we're flying into a INI Buffalo, which is just as good. I mean, the INI Buffalo, guys, I know this is an INI Detroit pre-release stream, but INI Buffalo was pretty sweet, too. Direct to Delta Kilo Kilo, Delta 357. I believe, what's DKK? I should know that. There's DKK, insert. We're on the move. We're navin'. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Good evening.
This livery does look good. I mean, this I know I love that Northwest livery. We flew yesterday, but this Delta old school widget livery is freaking sweet on this airplane. Dunkirk, thank you, Lauren. I knew it was something. Dunkirk. I knew that fix. Told you 2 times. What did I get? I got a SOCOM 16, man, an M1A. It's a 16-inch barrel 308. It is fun, dude. It is a lot of fun. I've been wanting one for a while. And then I watched a video, my buddy Colin Noir, not my buddy, just a guy I watched on YouTube, Colin Noir, and he had a video on it, and it just put me over the edge. So Christmas came early for me. J-Long8986, what's going on, man? Detroit has some good restaurants. My wife, her sister, and I were there last Saturday. Their flight was delayed to Fort Lauderdale. Got to see them off on the 7.5. J-Long, that's awesome, man. Thank you for the $5 support. Appreciate you. That's cool that you got to see them off there on the 7.5. I love that 7.5 as well. But yeah, Detroit does have some good restaurants, especially in the... if you're talking about on the airport side too, that Delta terminal has some really good stuff. On the north side, the north terminal, there's an Earl of Sandwich, which I didn't check to see if was modeled or not. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought my sim crashed there. There's an Earl of Sandwich on the north side on Detroit, which is pretty good, although it gave me food poisoning one time, and then I stopped eating there. If I did a modern Airbus, they would absolutely kill it. Jeremy, I agree with you, man. If they did it, look, I'm at a point now where if I does anything, I'm sure it's going to be pretty sweet. They're coming out with a P-40 Warhawk, which I love flying World War II combat planes on DCS. It might be the first like World War II era airplane that I try in Microsoft, just because I've been so impressed, continually impressed with the products that they're dropping. It's I'm going to have to give it a shot. But they really are, they kill it, man. With everything they've done, they've really killed it. And I think a lot, it's kind of, I'm probably in a very small minority group when I say this, but the Beluga that they released for X-Plane, I know it's such a niche airplane and it's got such a niche role, but the fact that the way they modeled it and had the parts that you could move in and out of there, it was just crazy cool, I think, I doubt we'll see it at Microsoft, but I just thought it was as small and niche of a product as it was. It was very cool to see, again, the envelope getting pushed a little bit further, right? We need a good L1011. Oh my gosh, if I did an L1011, I would go on an unpaid leave to just fly it for a month. I says the Beluga was my favorite payware product I ever bought for a flight sim. And what really got me too is when I took it up and we did a test flight on stream, and I flew it in some of at the edge of its envelope in normal flight, and you could really tell a lot of work was put into that airplane for its flight model, its flight characteristics, because it did not fly like a normal A310. You know, you could just cam the same flight model and put a Beluga model out there, but they really did a hell of a job getting that airplane to be as niche and as cool as it was. I wish I flew it more. I really do. Chris Stuper joining or gifting 5 subs to the chat, guys. That's absolutely awesome. Chris Stuper, thank you for your support, my friend. Guys, if you pick up a membership from Mr. Chris Stuper, shout him out. Tell him thank you. That's very generous of him. Exclamation point, welcome for your new perks here on the channel. We're going to be doing an After Dark, I believe, this weekend. So we're going to be doing an After Dark podcast live this weekend. I haven't picked a day yet. Probably, I don't think we're going to do it today. Like I said, I'm going to go out and do some fishing. I got to make sure my boat's working. I had to fix something. So maybe tomorrow, depending on if TCU can win or not, I'll be in a good mood or a bad mood. We'll have to see. But this weekend, I'm really going to try to do a live podcast with you. That'll be for members only. So thanks again, Chris Stuper. Be on the lookout for that. Given enough time, they'll bring it to Microsoft. It would be weird for them not to do it. They did most of the work in terms of conception and research. That's true. They've got all the research down, no doubt. Fubar, Circle of Thrust. Yes, sir. Has anyone in here flown the 777-300 looking for reviews? I have not, Rick. Sorry, man. Alfie says, not Sunday. I'm away in Yorkshire shooting. Oh, no worries, Alfie. We're not going to do it Sunday. Sunday's reserved for football day. I could sneak around it on Saturday. There's a couple college games and that are important. Maybe we can do it then, but I hear you, man. Did I see the movie Devotion? No, but I think I just saw the commercial for that. I really want to watch it. Jeremy says this is not a job for INI. You can tell they put so much love into what they do. They love it. Exactly, Jeremy. It's a work of passion. You know, it absolutely is. And that's something that I've said before. You know, if you want to be great, if you truly want to do great work, you need to love what you do. You have to firmly believe in what you're doing and love what you're doing to truly do great work. And I can say without a doubt that INI, their team, they love what they do. Absolutely. From their sceneries to their aircraft, across the platforms, no doubt about it. All right, we're leveling here at 27,000 feet. Let's go ahead and, we don't need the engine and ISO on, left that on. Let's get the seatbelt sign off. It's going to be a short flight. We got a smooth ride cruising in here. Do we have a fixed info page? I don't remember if we have a fixed info page on this thing. I don't think we do. I'll have to pick a waypoint here. I don't think we have fixed info, right? I can't remember. Alright, so we're going to DKK, Buffalo. I never loaded the ILS. ILS 33 off of Trava. I tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do a secondary, and I'm going to prep a secondary in case I fumble up my primary. ILS 23 Trava. Return. Secondary flight plan. It's not loading it. Interesting. What if we get rid of Trava? What if we bring it out off of G? Maybe we have a database error here. Because it's not loading the approach. That's weird. You need to click none. Oh, I need to click none? Pilot error. Here we go. There we go. Star. No star. G. Then I can insert, but I don't want G. I want Trava. Now I'm really messing with it. None. Insert. Aha, look at that. Pilot error. 250-hour pilot trying to fly an A310 up here. We figured it out. Thank you, iniBuilds. Appreciate you.
China 716, you'll leave Myers Space.
All right. We're cruising 27. Seatbelt sign is off. Everything is looking good. Let's take a look outside. Oh my goodness.
Okay, figure is changing. 1, 2, 3.
Look at
Bye
that.
bye, Bye bye, meow.
That is true juice right there. Think Mike White can beat the Vikings. FaZe. You know, I think it's possible. The biggest threat to our success as jet fans is playing from behind. If we get down early, I don't think we're going to have a shot. We need to score early, and we need to either play tied or play with a lead. I don't think we can come back from behind, especially 2 possessions against the Vikings. I think that is going to be the key for Sunday's game. It'll definitely be the key. Someone just meowed. Yes, they did. Did I get a 308 variant or the 762? It's actually both. It's chambered for both. So it's actually, I think it's 762, which is a 308. Yeah. I think your 223 556 is slightly different, but the manual on the SOCOM is you can run 308 or 762 through it.
So 90 rate of contact, 19 miles north of Buffalo. Good afternoon.
Do you have a fantasy team? No, I don't do any fantasy football. Jay Long, thank you for another $5 super chat, my friend. He says, went to Andiamo at McNamara. Andiamo. I haven't been there. I went with the Scout Squad MOA. Nice, dude. Put a Velter stock on it, rails, and made it suppressor ready. You love that SOCOM. Jay Long, dude. So they actually had a Scout Squad there as well. With, what's it, like a 19-inch barrel, slightly longer. I almost did it. But I wanted the short barrel. I'm going to put like I said, put a light on it and just like an RMR. Be like a hog gun or a zombie apocalypse gun, essentially. But yeah, the Scout, I almost picked up the Scout Squad, too. Actually the one they had there had rail on the side. It had like 2 extra rails on it, which would have been helpful for what I want to do, but I'm going to make it work. But that's awesome, man. Thank you for your support, Jay Long. Appreciate you, dude. A 5.56 can chamber 2.23. Yeah, 5.56 can fire 2.23, but if you have chambered for 2.23, you do pose a risk if you run 5.56 through it. There is a slight difference. There is a slight difference between 2.23 and 5.56. But if you're chambered for the 5.56, yeah, you can run 2.23s through it all day long. Get yourself 11.5, 5.56. Nice, dude. 32 times. Heck yeah, man. You're 30 nautical miles behind? Awesome, dude. If you like the 30-aught classic or 30-aught 6. Oh, yeah, Ricksta. I've got a couple bolt actions, 30-aught 6. Fubar, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Has Atlanta been modeled, Ricksta? I don't. There is an ATL scenery, right? I believe there's an ATL scenery. I haven't messed with it, though. Man, the sim is running so smooth today. Look at that, going over the lake. This is like, is this kind of a little bit of lake effect scenario we have going on here? So just on the eastern side of the lakes here, you can see we got some cloud building up there. I don't think there's any lake effect snow, but clear out over the water. But as it comes back over, that warm air goes over the shoreline. Creates a little bit of a overcast out there. Pretty neat. Pretty neat indeed. Firing at 30-06 makes you really understand how we won with the Grand. Yeah, dude, the Grand is it's crazy in of itself. Unless it's a 2.23 wild, then you could chamber 5.56. There you go. Yeah. Remington 783 here with a 6x24 illuminated. Nice. Alfie, no, there is the different pressures between it. You need a micrometer to tell. I think the throat is slightly different on the 2.23 as well, but the biggest thing is the pressure between a 2.23 and a 5.56. But like physically, I think you need a micrometer to tell the difference. I can't remember specifically. I researched it ad nauseum before, and I kept asking people. But basically, if you're chambered for 5.56, you can handle the pressures of 2.23 because it's actually less. If you have a 2.23 specific firearm, then you can run the risk if you run 5.56 through it. Now, as far as 308 and 7.62, to my knowledge, they're interchangeable. You prefer the RMR over long scope? Yeah, for what I want to do with this one. For this one, it's turned into a gun chat all of a sudden. Yeah, for what I want to do with this gun, it's not, it's a 16-inch barrel 308, so it's not going to be shooting.
357 cross Dunkirk, got to maintain 11,000 Buffalo, altimeter 3022.
Cross Dunkirk at 11,000, 3022 for Delta 357. All right, 11,000 is set. We'll get back on topic here. You guys are getting me off topic. Pretty soon my channel will be demonetized because YouTube doesn't really like the discussion of of what we've been talking about. All right, so 11,000 is set. Across Dunkirk at 11. Rip. I gotta do vertical format air. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. Dunkirk. Oh, but we're going direct to Dunkirk. Do I select it here? I'll tell you what, let's just do mental math. So we are 60 miles away. We need to cross it at 11. Oh, we're starting down apparently. I dialed in 11. Okay. 11 from 27 is 16. 16 times 3, 48 miles. Oh yeah, so we're not that far off. We're a little bit early, but we're coming down at vertical speed 1,000. All right, that's fine. We're crossing at 11. We'll go ahead and turn our seatbelt sign on for the descent here. I'm more of a 300 blackout guy. Don't even phase one. Don't even, man. I saw a honey badger on display yesterday, and I don't get me started on that, man. I can't buy any more guns, man. It's on the list though. I actually do have a 300 blackout as well though, but I really like the honey badger. All right, let's get back to work here. Let's look at our current ATIS. Let's update this. Back on topic, I figured Detroit is close to release. Yes, they said within the next week or so it's going to be released. So I think they're just working out some kinks. Wow, some kinks. But it's going to be very, very soon. 18013 is the wind. Gust 2-1, 10 miles broken. So it's a pretty visual day. We'll back it up with the ILS. Let's check out our ILS frequency for 2-3. We've got 111.3. So let's come down here. 111.3. It should maintain 1,000 feet per minute until reaching the path. Awesome. Yeah, that's just like the narrow body, right? So that's something that they've kind of taken over, which is cool. 111.3. Final approach course is 235. Let's dial that in. Now, if you hit shift and scroll, is it faster? I thought there was a command to scroll these a little bit faster. It's Tony 2 times. All right, 235 is the final approach course. Goodness. Good thing I didn't wear mine today on stream, or you would have seen it on YoCam. All right, 235 is set. Just kidding, I actually have shorts on today. Barrow for us is 926 with the 200 DH, so we'll dial in 200 up here. This is all backup. We should have the runway plenty early in sight. We'll do a nice visual approach to the INI Buffalo scenery, which again, like I said, is fantastic as well. I was very, very impressed with it when I did my first flight out of there. We did a members only stream out of Buffalo in a rain and snowstorm. It was epic. Absolutely loved it. All right, 11 is set. We're going to cross. We're a little bit early, but that's totally fine. 200 on the Barrow. I'm sorry, on the DH. 926 on the Barrow bug. And you know what? No one corrected me here. We never set standard. So that's on you guys. You guys didn't correct me there. So 926 on this little guy. We'll set it right there, 930-ish. We'll come back down here. We'll go back to takeoff approach mode, NDA. 926 is set here. VAP 136. The winds were gusting pretty good, weren't they? What did we say? 180 at 13, gust 2-1. That's almost a 10-knot gust factor. That's 8 knots. So let's add at least 5 onto that. Let's do a wind correction of 5. Give us some juice. That'll VAP us at 141. We're going to do a 30-40 landing for cinematic purposes. And everything else looks good. Are we missing anything? Let's run a quick checklist and prepare for landing. We'll get the signs. Briefing is complete. Visual approach. Mist will be with the tower. ECAM is checked. Altimeters will get those. Minimums are set. Ignition is not required. Landing elevation is already set. Approach checklist is complete. Out of 22.9 for 1,000 in the turn. Wait, why are we turning? No, we're not turning yet. Going direct to Dunkirk. Love it. Absolutely love it. Mateo, that was a known bug. And I think they've since updated it. And I don't know if I is still in chat. Maybe they can correct me. But I haven't seen that issue at all. I think there was an update. Oh, no, there we go. So I responded, says some people are still experiencing it. So, Mateo, I experienced it once.
Experience 1235, clear direct to SD.
But I have not experienced it again since then. Since the last update or that little patch that came out. So, if it happens, you can just... Fortunately, it doesn't damage the airplane. Nothing breaks. So you'll be all right, but yeah, it is known and they are investigating. Key 6, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude.
Contact boss.
When is V1 starting his 2A channel? Oh boy. Get me started.
134.7 Delta 901.
Man, this livery, as much as I love the bowling shoe, I think I'm going to have to agree and say that this one is better than bowling. I don't know. What do you guys think? Bowling shoe or Delta? Because we could fly bowling shoe on the way back. If we do a return flight to Detroit, we could do a Northwest bowling shoe. I just love the black nose. There's something about the black nose I absolutely love. Can't really see it on from this cockpit point of view, but that's sweet. Look at those clouds. Just awesome. Does ATC assign an approach mid-flight, or is it pre-planned based on the ATIS? So we will pre-plan based on the ATIS, but ATC can definitely change it depending on what they're doing, whether their traffic flow is in the opposite direction, or they might be landing with a little bit of a tailwind like in New York or in the East Coast or Atlanta or Vegas or who else always lands for a tailwind? I think that's it. I might be missing one or two, but most of the time you can pre-plan and you get an idea where you're going to be landing. And the ATIS, of course, will tell you. It will show you which.
Delta 357 information, Charlie, current expected visual approach from 3.
We'll expect the visual 2-3. We got Charlie, Delta 337. All right, Buffalo ATIS is here. I forgot to get it. So Buffalo ATIS information, Charlie, is the same as what we already looked at. 190 at 13, gust 2-1, 10 miles broken. Looks pretty sweet. Caution bird activity. Did I hit a bird in Buffalo? No, that was Cleveland. I had a bird strike in Cleveland. Black nose used to be more common, so I wonder why airlines don't do it anymore. Jeremy, initially, the black that you saw right up here was to reduce glare. It was like a, what's the name of that paint? It was like, I thought there was like, not a metallic, a flat black. There used to be like a reactive, I thought there was a name for it, but they would paint it to help reduce glare into the cockpit. That was the theory behind it. Did it actually work? I don't know. Some guys say it did. Some guys say it doesn't. 3019 on the meter, so we'll go ahead and set 3019 as we descend through transition altitude. Everything else looks good. We are in auto over there. Just keep double checking that. We'll do manual brakes as well. All right, there's DKK. After DKK, we're basically going direct to the airport.
Delta 541 information, Charlie, current expected visual approach from 23.
We have told you when expecting it to visual 2-3, Papa 41 heavy.
Delta 357 heading 070 vectors to final.
Flight heading 070, Delta 327. All right, there we go. You saved me. I was trying to figure out where we needed to go there. After DKK, we should have gone to direct Buffalo. But we're good now. We got vectors, so where you've got the discon in there, that's fine. I'm going to leave that. We're vectors to final. 070 on the heading. What we can do is just level change it. I'm going to intervene here with speed. We'll keep it at 280 for right now. 280 level change down to 1000. I'm going to pick up the descent, get a little squid brake action here. Matt Black, thank you. Matt Black, that's what I was looking for. Delta widget is the best. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Delta. We'll stick with Delta. All right, so we're coming down. Let me get the flight recorder ready. Flight recorder is coming online. Sounds are coming up a little bit. We're going to go live cam, or Throttletek cam is on for touchdown. We're looking good. I'm just going to try to keep I'm going to try to sit back. If I sit forward, you basically just get shoulder cam, so apologize for that. I think I should mount the camera on the other side for the yoke. All right, we're 15.4. We're in icing conditions. It's not fall out of the sky. Engine anti-ice is coming on. Things are looking good. I was supposed to cross DKK at 11,000. I was completely. We are way behind. That's on me, so sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I guess I was just Maybe it was vertical profiling off the approach. I don't know. I'd have to look back. I'm sure it was pilot error, because this airplane does things pretty much the way it's supposed to do things, and I'm not qualified to be flying a 310 on VATSIM while streaming. But no harm, no foul. Nobody said anything about it, so I'll file out on ASAP and we'll be good to go. How long did it take you to become a pilot, Captain? Petrifi, it depends, you know, because at each airline you start as an FO and then you got to progress and then move up and upgrade. But it just depends on the airline as well. There are guys right now that are upgrading to captain at 2 years of seniority, which, you know, 5-6 years ago was pretty much unheard of. Maybe more, maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, a 2-year captain was pretty much unheard of. But right now, it's possible. The way the hiring environment is, definitely. Now, is there a way to shoot a line off Trava? I don't know. Let me just... maybe there is, but I'm not going to mess with it.
Sorry, I missed the departure. Didn't we leave Detroit till heading there? Well,
Kentley Simmer, what's up, man? Thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Don't worry about it. We are going to be going back to Detroit here in a little bit as well. So if you're going to be sticking around, you're going to see our return leg to Detroit. We're landing in the INI Buffalo, which is also a fantastic scenery. Welcome on board. Thank you for the $10 bank angle check, man. Appreciate you.
Delta 357 for the maintain 5,000.
Yeah, Petrifi, it's crazy. Was that 5,000 Delta 357?
Affirm 5,000.
Send a 5,000 Delta 357. All right, I got to stop talking. I got to actually focus here. Level change, 5,000 is set. Speed, retard. I got the speed brakes out. Rip. Let's go ahead and slow to 250 first. Okay, let's focus now. 250 knots. Speed is coming back. Let's get a little bit more speed brake out. I'm cruising around with my speed brakes out. 280 knots. We totally botched this. Botched this approach, but we're all right. We're going to make up for it for a nice, greasy landing in the Buffalo scenery. All right, we're 250. I'm actually going to just keep the speed brakes out. Let's just get down. Let's just help this guy out. He's probably wondering what we're doing lollygagging around at 280 knots. I want to be a 380 pilot in the future, but the most impatient person ever. Well, you know what? Patience doesn't have to be your strong suit to be a pilot, but it definitely helps, my friend. It definitely helps to be patient, no doubt about it. All right, so we're speed brakes out, 250, 9.3, and everything is looking good. We're getting vectored around. As soon as he vectors off, I'll just set up a direct 2. 70, I'm looking at where we're going to be parking. Where's the Delta terminal out here? I guess there's not many options. Parking gates. Oh, there we go. I guess we'll go maybe gate 10 right in the middle. That's pretty easy to get to. Alright, 7.7 for 5. Speed brakes out.
Delta 357 heading 055.
055, Delta 357. Left turn 055. So now we're on a nice extended downwind here pretty much. It's going to be windy down there, gusting to 20. We got 241 at 3.5 right now. Delta most definitely parks down the end around back, but only 2 and 24 are suited for wide bodies. So, okay, I see you. Well, let's go to 24 then. That might be the best way to get it. That's right there at the end. We can do that. We'll go to 24. Appreciate it, Lauren. Appreciate your knowledge base too, Lauren. You're very well versed in your knowledge of aviation. No doubt about it. Appreciate you hanging around the streams and keeping me out of trouble.
Wing 100.
All right, let's go ahead and stow it. 5,000, 250. I'm going to start slowing to 210 because I'm scared. I don't really have my energy management on this airplane dialed in yet. That is huge. I've talked about it when this airplane first released. But energy management is huge. And I'm not picking on anybody, but I was watching good buddy XP72. He was doing a flight the other day in the 310, and he did a good job. He got her down, landed it, but there was a point where he got behind the power curve on approach, and it's just the spool-up time of these engines you really have to take into account. That's when I say energy management is huge, and I've done it myself multiple times in this airplane. But like, he did a great job. He saved it, got it down, but this airplane can bite you if you're not watching the energy and maintaining the energy that you need. All right, there's green dot. Let's go ahead and extend flaps 15 or slats 15. I'm going to pump those out. But this airplane, you really want to manage that energy state. And it's not necessarily throttle position, because if you're low energy and high throttle, you may not have enough distance between the ground and getting the power that you need to get the airplane out of that low energy state. And vice versa is true. If you're super fast and you bring the thrust levers to idle, it's going to take a while for that airplane to slow down, that momentum to catch up to you. So you really want to be managing it good. And my best tip for managing that energy when you're uncomfortable with the airplane, do it early. Do things early. So like right now I'm at 210. Normally in the Airbus right now, I'd be 250 knots, no problem. Wouldn't even be thinking twice about it. But because of what we've been talking about, is I want to put myself in a position to be successful in this airplane. So I'm doing things ahead of time, and I'm doing things early.
060.
I might even slow to 180 here pretty soon. We're getting bumped around here pretty good. Let's do that. Let's actually come back to 180. Then we'll go 15-15. As someone who went to visit grandparents in Niagara Falls growing up, I wouldn't recommend moving to upstate New York. Really? Why, is it too cold, man? I love visiting upstate New York on overnights and stuff. Beautiful. Only in the summer, though. In the cold, in the winter is too dang cold, man. All right, let's go 15-15. Think that's the position. Love it. It's never not a windy day in Buffalo. Yeah, it is definitely traditionally windy up here. All right, we're 15-15, 180 on the speed. We're on an extended downwind for 2-3. Things are looking good. So now I feel comfortable, right? I'm at 180 knots. I got 15-15 on the flaps and slats. I only got 2 more notches to go, and the gear is really going to help slow you down as well. So I feel comfortable now, because he's most likely going to give me a left turn to base and then a descend clearance. And if you're descending at 250 knots, trying to join the slope in this airplane, good luck getting stable.
You think that those slats/flaps noises will feed into people grades 12 and 2?
C2A, thanks for the $3 super chat, my friend. Thank you, appreciate that.
357 heading 320.
320 Delta 357. Appreciate that to C2A. You sure would think so, huh? Right there with you, bud. Thank you for the support, man.
Go 2714, Quadrant goes.
All right, 320 on the heading. He's giving me a nice long final. I like that too. It's good for us low time pilots. Yeah, you can see it's gusty. How are we doing? 230 at 32. There's that turning into that tailwind is definitely can be spicy. Can I do a clear P-pause in this? I don't even know. Let's see if I clear from the top, clear Buffalo. Oh, look at that. I got Trava out there with the hold. I love this airplane. So all I did is basically I cleared from the top. I cleared Buffalo. I've got the disco in there. Trava is my first waypoint on the final or the initial approach fix for the approach indicated here on the PFD. Now, I know I'm not going to be doing a hold there, but it's published in case I need it. In fact, is that the missed approach hold? It is, I think. No, it's not. It's not the missed approach hold. Wabus is on the other side. All right, so we're 5,000. Final approach fix altitude is at 2,300 on the LOM. Let's see if we've got an LOM. Let's see if we got a marker beacon. Let's see if we can pick it up. I'm gonna turn up the volume for the marker beacon.
357 heading 260, join the final runway 23.
260, join the final, Delta 357 heavy. All right, 260, join the final. That's not an approach clearance, so we're gonna just hit the VL, the localizer button, which is going to capture the localizer. It's not going to capture the glide slope. You can see loc is blue, and I don't have glide slope blue. That's a critical clearance. You want to make sure you don't confuse that with cleared with approach.
So 357, so maintain 3,000, airport will be at shore 11 o'clock in 2 miles before the start.
3,000, field inside, Delta 357.
Oh, 357, clear visual approach, runway 23.
Cleared visual 23, Delta 357. Now we're cleared for the approach. So now I'm going to arm the glide slope. I've got the airport out there. Glide slope blue, loc blue, Cat 2, because I don't have the second autopilot on. There we go. Cat 3, FD1, dual channel. We're looking good.
5757.
But that's a critical clearance. You don't want to miss that one. Join the final is a localizer only. Cleared approach gives you vertical. LOM, did we go back to 1985? Key 6. Every time I see an approach with an LOM, I always turn the volume up to see if it actually has the marker beacon audio. One time I did it and I forgot I had it on and it scared the crap out of me. I think I was in somewhere in South America and I was like, oh look, this has an LOM or it has an audio. It had a inner marker, which is your minimums, and normally you don't see those hardly anywhere anymore. But I had the inner marker ready to go and it went off at 200 feet and I about jumped out of my seat. We got some lake effect storm last night in Salt Lake. Dumped 2 feet of powder. Nice, Rixta. Hopefully you're a snow sport fan. Yeah, this controller's good, man. This controller's good, Alfie. Military still uses TAC end. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so we are glide slope lope. We're level at 3,000. We're joining the lope. This is good here. I'm well below the glide slope, so I'm hoping here when I'm going to join the localizer. I'm going to stay. Hopefully, we're going to stay below the glide slope here. Where you can get in trouble is if this glide slope starts running away from you and you don't have the localizer captured yet. Now you're setting yourself up for a position to be high and fast and unstable. All right, we're going to start the recording now. This might be. Is this the perfect? We might get a double star here. Double stars when you capture both at the same time. All right, recording is on.
Yeah, with the trucking inside, we'll stop that 5.1.
There's a room. I'm gonna hand fly, but I want to see. This might be the ultimate vector. Look at this. We got a low star. Are we gonna get glide slope star at the same time? Ah, a little bit off. Almost. Almost perfect. We'll let it capture. There's a glide slope star. Glide slope star, lope star. Go around altitude. We're on a visual approach. We'll set 1,500 feet above field, which is going to be 20. What's 15 and 7 is 2,200. 2,200 is set. All right, let's go ahead and slow it all the way up to approach speed. Let's go gear down. What was our VAP we said? With the correction, 139. Runway 23, clear to land, Delta 357. Let's go full flaps. Listen to that. I love that flat motor sound.
29, if I didn't say you were to contact
10 for 10 on that flat motor sound. So good. All right, let's pay attention. All right, let's do some hand flying. So I think I bound it properly this time finally. Right about 70%. So I'm gonna go auto thrust off. All right, now we're gonna go autopilot off. Beautiful. And we'll keep the flight directors on.
So 357, 4.5 trail of an A310, caution wave turbulence, runway 23, clear to land.
Runway 23, clear to land, Delta 357. I thought I already...
on to 541.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Read that back already.
Well, stop that 541, clear to land, runway 23.
There we go. Let's get our lights on. All right. We're down to land, clear to land. Ooh, I got on the speed brakes. Forgot that last time.
1673, heading 050, maintain lookout.
23 knots off the left here.
78050 and maintain down to 4,000.
Lauren, my coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Rusty. This is the default 310 Plup, and it is phenomenal, dude. This airplane is phenomenal. My personal opinion, I think it's more fun to hand fly than the 7.3. Just feels better. All right, we're fighting her, that's for sure. That wind is bleeding off a little bit, though. We're down to 15 knots. Still almost about an 80 knot, or 80 degree, maybe 70 degree crosswind. We're looking good. I'm going to keep a little bit of speed there. I know my ref is 139 and my VAP is 139. I'm going to keep a little extra juice, but not too much now. That's a little much. Just work it back, work it back. I love the Throttletek for this too as well. You just get such a large range of motion.
400.
Alright, here we go. We're looking good now. No auto brakes. Auto brakes are for 250-hour pilots. Man, it is choppy though.
Tango reback is correct. You're released for departure. Call airborne.
Dipping below just a tad here.
100.
Looking good.
15. 14. 13. 20.
Okay, this is Center making 13K. Would you plan with 360?
Where are you at? There you are.
1338. Cleveland Center. Hello, welcome.
Reverse green. Spoilers. She's fighting to go to the left. I love it. Trying to get that weather vane to the left. Alright, stow the reversers. We'll take the next high speed. Look, so like if I go off the, look at that.
73 left turn heading 320.
So that's if I stop with the brakes, if I just let go of the rudder pedals. See how it's weather vaning into the wind? That's very realistic. Also, this is a nice job on the ground handling.
357 left one able out for the ramp.
Left one able alpha ramp Delta 357. Thanks for the ATC. All right, we're clear here. Let's go left. We're going to go into the ramp. Again, this is an INI Buffalo, which I know this is an INI Detroit stream, but I love this airport as well. I really, truly do. Let's go ahead and clear into the ramp area here, and then we're going to go over to 24, like Lauren said. That's where we can get a wide body. We're going to come over here. And now we can go ahead and clean her up. We'll leave the lights on for replay.
260 on the final runway 23.
143? Nice. I'll take that. I'll take a 143. Yeah, this scenery is spot on too. Look at this. So we're going to go all the way out here to the tip, 24. I'll put you in normal cam. I agree, Steven. Ground textures are a huge part to good sceneries. No doubt about it. You got to have good ground textures. These are phenomenal. Oh, look at this guy. What is that? A 380. Oh, nice.
We got a field aside. That's what we sent over.
1673 clear visual.
All right, what gate can we park at here? So this is... We'll take this one right here on the end. We're going to see if we can tiller cam this one in. I got all my lights on for replay. So we're going to make a hard 90 into the gate here.
Move on to 541, left one able out for the ramp.
Left one able out for the ramp.
Left juice. Cheat mode, we don't have any marshalers today. Oh yeah, this can definitely handle the heavy here. Right about there. Now we're going to crank it in. Little left throttle. Man, almost like I've done this before. Beautiful. Oh, yes, sirree. We'll take it up to the ERP stop. ERP. Oh, that was an almost perfect ERP. Hold on, we gotta check that one out. Did we get a perfect ERP? It's close. Oh, we are almost perfect. Almost perfect. Alright, let's go back to the cockpit view. Let's disconnect from VATSIM. And let's take a look at that replay. I'm going to reconfigure full flapperones. And we're going to go right into replay mode. Right here. We're not going to play sail. We got an extra leg. We're going to do a return leg, which is going to be beautiful. And let's see how we did here. Like a glove. Do you ever wish you had a third-person camera in real life? Yes, I do. I do. I've actually thought about it while flying in real life. Man, I wish I could see the airplane right now. Look at this. This is just a beautiful rendition here. Northern New York. Got the fall trees. Things are dying back. It's cold. It's windy. Beautiful lighting under the sim. This is just... Guys, this is just a beautiful stream. Why don't you guys smash down that like button? Smash down the like button for Microsoft. Smash it down for I. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We're going to do one more leg. We'll go right back to Detroit. We'll stay with Delta. We'll take the widget back. And we'll get another look at Detroit close up. We'll see Detroit on it. Maybe we'll, here's the deal. Maybe we'll do a sunset approach into Detroit, see what the lights look like. That could be kind of fun. John Franco, thanks for the support, man. Continued support. He says, now that's the Delta livery I remember. Yes, sir, indeed. This livery is pretty darn nostalgic for a lot of us, and it's pretty darn good, too, when I think about it. Like, it just looks beautiful. I use Flight Recorder for replay. Flight Recorder is my replay tool. Oh, look, it's even got the flaps coming out. That's awesome. It's even got the flaps at the right time. How they modeled that flap sound is beyond me. It's perfect. The spool up of it. That. Sam F, what's up, man? Good to see you. I liked it because V1 ain't 250-hour pilot, at least 500 hours. Exactly, Sam. Right around there somewhere, 500. The widget looks stunning on the TriStar. Yeah, it did. It's probably the best livery for the TriStar. All right, let's see how we did here. We'll be here all day. Let's see how we did on touchdown. Callie Simmer gifting 10 more memberships. Ooh, did I flare it? Oh, that was a butter. Straightened it out. Nice. Callie Simmer, my landing was almost as nice as your generosity. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, my friend. Appreciate you. Very, very kind of you. Guys, if you pick up a gifted sub from Callie Simmer, shout him out. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Alert box is off on this one, so we're not going to be listening to the ding-dongs, but I appreciate you, Callie Simmer. Very kind, very generous of you. Glad you're enjoying the content, man. Longest flight I've done in real life, probably a little over 7 hours. A little over 7 hours. Masterful landing, you should consider flying as a career. Too kind, I. Too kind. Thank you. Too kind, man. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see this landing one more time. Then we'll throw up we'll do a quick turnaround here. We'll fire up and head back to Detroit. Oh, the sun peeking out of the clouds. Oh, this is just next level awesome. All right, let's see how we did. So we had a nice little crab. Thrust is coming back. Nice flare. Try to get that rudder in there. A little more rudder would have been perfect. We were a little bit side-loaded. A little bit side-loaded, but hey, I will take it. But you could see, and this is when I was just demonstrating, like if I would let go of the pedals, you see how it wants to weather vane into the wind? Very realistic, so you got to be dancing on those pedals. Got to be dancing on those pedals for touchdown. All right, last one here. But just because the wing view looks so good right now with the sun coming out. A-, says Ricksta. Yeah, it's about an A-. A-, B+, we're in the zone. Could have had a little bit more flare attitude. Would have looked a little bit cooler. You always want to look cool, too, when you're flaring. So get that nose up. That's one thing my private pilot instructor told me. It's like, doesn't it look so much cooler when they have a nice, like, high nose and they hold it a little bit? So that always kind of stuck with me. But you got to be careful. Some airplanes, you got to fly that nose down or else you'll smash it. There we go. Nice touchdown. Could have had a little bit more left rudder, a little bit higher flare attitude. Other than that, though, pretty spicy on the touchdown. My spoilers were armed. I don't know why they didn't deploy. Oh, there they go. Love it. That's why they call it flare. Exactly, exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to throw up the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to refile us for a Delta 357 right back to Detroit, and I'll see you guys in about 2 or 3 minutes, all right? We'll be right back. We are back. You guys back? I'm back. We're ready to go. when your screenshots get into the Be Right Back slideshow. Exactly, Phase 1. Exactly. We're back. We're back in Buffalo. We're at the same gate. Airplane is waiting for the air stairs. I thought we were going to have air stairs show up. I don't know where they're going. They're going backwards. Either way, we are here. We're loaded up. We've got the airplane running kind of in a turnaround state. So let me go ahead and juice us up a little bit here. And let's hop down here and start with our flight plan. So we can expect probably to depart off of 23 as well. So we're going to be returning us as Delta 357. We'll set that right here. Cost index of 25. That was fine. We filed at 26 for ATC. So I'm going to set 260 there. That looks good. Flight plan departure. Is there any SIDs out of here? I don't think we filed one. Buffalo 8 is a vector departure, so we can just, let's see if that's in there. With SID Buffalo 8 off of 23. We'll insert that. That looks good. Vector out to Doneo intersection, and then this is where it's going to get spicy. Going into Detroit, we are on the Top Gun to RNAV arrival from the Doneo transition, which is beautiful. So we're going to go Detroit, star, probably landing on 21 left, ILS 21 left, and we're on the Top Gun 2. Where are you at? Top Gun 2. Don't need a transition. And as far as the approach, do we care about a transition? Let's take a look. Cabo, just looking here, takes us all the way down to Ryder. Is Ryder? Yeah, we can load it up from Ryder. We'll load it all the way. All the transitions are in there. All the way down. Beautiful. That's in the box there. Let's look at our init B page. We'll get some load here to the airplane. Honestly, the best and most simple flight sim streamer ever. Hands down. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you, Ropenza. Glad you're enjoying the content, my friend. Glad you're enjoying it. Buffalo to Detroit. Yes, sir, Space Bay. We are headed right back. So we're doing a quick turn. We've got our airplane, 357. We're going right back. Let's do some ground stuff. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can move the jetway over here. Does that work? I'm curious. Oh yeah, it's going to bring my air stairs over here. That's good. That's the door opening up. I guess we can open up the cargo doors for fun. Let's do that while we're sitting here on the ground. All right, let's look at our weather real quick for environmentals. We'll update. Everything looks pretty good, 3019. So now we're going to do our weight and balance. We've got 264 watching, so that's going to fill us up again. Same amount of cargo, about 10,000. Our fuel required for this departure is what? Let me find that. It is 22.1. So we're going to just round it up. We'll do 23,000 pounds, or 22.9. That's fine. That's a little bit of fuel. All right, but that's fine. We'll apply that. That gives us a zero fuel weight of 228.9. 228.9. It gives us a block fuel of 22.9, which gives us a takeoff gross weight of 24.9, and the zero fuel weight CG 27.1. So let's come back over here. 27.1. I guess we can get some lighting down here as well. Let's come back to the aft panel. Let's get some juice here. Let's turn this up a little bit. Not full bright, just a little bit. We'll put that into transponder mode for VATSIM in case they pick us up. Reset that. Hit the barrel ref key. Let's get some more lights on here. We're going to do a sunset approach, I think. We'll do a sunset approach. So if someone wants to tell me what time the sun sets out here in the Detroit time zone, we can figure that out. We'll wind the sim back, or we'll fast forward the sim so we can have a nice sunset approach. APU master is coming on. Strobe is in auto. Nav is in position 1. No smoking. Seatbelt sign on because we've got our fuel. We'll start the APU right now. Space Pay, I agree with you. There's so much variety back in the day on these airplanes, and just these airplanes, you really flew them, you know. Like nowadays, it's not quite the same. It really isn't. Still fun, but these were the true pioneer days of aviation. All right, full length is 7,500. Dry runway heading is 224. Winds are in there. Altimeter we said was 3019. Now it's rapid rising here, so we'll set 3019. Enter. Nope, missed a digit there. 3019. What? 3019. Enter. There we go. Weight for takeoff was 2499. 249.9 is missed the decimal. Backspace. Nope. Keep doing that too. I think the red is delete. Doesn't the red seem like it would be delete instead of enter? It's throwing me off. 249.9. Enter, although it does have the enter sign. Flaps 15, 15, anti-ice off, air conditioning on. Calculate that. 35, 36, and 41. 135, 136, and 141. Looks like our APU is on. We'll get the APU bleed on now. We'll come back here. And 141 with our speed. Sunset in Detroit, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. So 140. That seems awfully low. We're going to line at 141. Pre-selecting 250 now. There's the air coming on. it might be sunset by the time I hit 250. There we go. 250 is pre-selected. Turn this back down a little bit. So with the APU running, we'll come up here. We'll go ahead and turn off external, get the galley shed back on. What is Detroit's landing elevation? It is 645. So we'll come over here. We'll set 645. Right about there. Right in the middle. 650-ish, 645. That is set. DH -5. Constraint mode on. We're down to 10 on the range. That all looks good there. Let's see. Buffalo ATIS is up. Boston Center, 34 at Cleveland Center. I wonder if we have to talk to them. Do we have to talk to any of these controllers? 34-7 is Boston. I'm not sure if we have to talk to any of these guys. .7 and Cleveland controls Buffalo, 1987. Put that over here. 1987. And let's transfer over to... No. Ah! I can't reach the transfer switch. Okay. Ah. There we go. Jeez.
American 1429 back.
All right.
1429.
Cleveland controls Buffalo. 1987. That's what we got, right? 1987. We're on with them. That looks good. Airplane is set up. We're waiting for. We'll get a top altitude from them. Everything else looks good outside. I guess we're having a hard time with the stairs today. They can't make their way to the airplane. They're having a hard time. That's all right. Let's give them a call and see what we got going on. Cleveland with Buffalo ATIS Charlie. You know what they should do, Lauren, is if there's an ATIS on, like since Buffalo ATIS is on, it should say contact Cleveland Center for clearance delivery. That's what it should say. All right. Who are we? Delta 357. Cleveland, good afternoon. Delta 357 on the ground in Buffalo, looking to get IFR to Detroit.
Delta 357, we were at PDC about 2 minutes ago. Did that come through at all?
It sure did. Thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't see it.
You're good.
Yeah, ATIS is the same guy as the center. Right. So it should say in the ATIS, they should put, hey, they should put contact me on this frequency for departure. All right, here is our PDC clearance, 357 transponder 5764. Let's dial that in here, 5764. Oh boy, it's going to take another 20 minutes. 5764 set. Altitude 270 were filed. Buffalo 310 approved route.
Delta 595, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Wait, hold on. 5762. I got two PDCs in the same message, it looks like, because they're stacked on top of each other. Hold on, I got to decipher this. All right, there we go. Here we go. 5762, departure Buffalo, Detroit. That's us. Top Gun 2 via the approved route. Buffalo 8, Doneo, Top Gun 2. Maintain 5,000, plan 234 departure, 1987. This is your PDC. Not to reply to this. Contact on that. Airport said, I'm ready to taxi. Cool. All right, I got all the informations. And let's set up 5,000 feet here, because that's our top altitude. 5,000 is set. Everything else looks good. Let's start preparing for departure. So I'm going to close up some doors. We'll close you, close you, close you, close you. And let's get GSX ready to push us back and roll out. And we need to go nose right, tail left.
Clear wings 100, expected visual approach, runway 21.
Cockpit preps complete, signs on and auto, fuel quantity check, navigation check, landing elevation set, altimeter set, anti-skid is normal on, windows, doors closed and armed, beacon is on. Parking brake is on for now. We're waiting for push clearance from ground control. Yeah, I've got to maintain 5 in my PDC. We are standing by waiting for the push. And let's see, so 5 o'clock is sunset. So how long is this flight? Like 40 minutes? So let me adjust the time. So local time, I should set it to like 4:15. We'll set it like right about 4 o'clock. Alright, we're standing by waiting for
Toga 7689, heavy Cleveland Center,
the
good
tug.
afternoon, climb maintain level 370.
We're all closing up. I need to go nose right.
Jazz 770, Toronto Center is offline. Radar service.
Is GSX planning to add a UI? Current one is a joke, not really a UI. I totally agree with you, Jeff. Couldn't agree more, and I have no idea, unfortunately. I really that's one thing that really does kind of suck about
1429
GSX.
information, Charlie, current expected visual approach, runway 23.
Can you repeat for American 1429?
No.
American 1429 information, Charlie is current at Buffalo, plan the visual approach, runway 23.
We've got information. Charlie will plan for the visual runway 23, American 1429.
Brakes are released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger, we'll start at will. Let's go ahead and roll it back. I'm going to I'm gonna continue to hold on the starting engines because I think maybe if you start engines during pushback, maybe that's how you get the hot brake situation. I don't know, that's just me speculating. So I'm just gonna wait to start engines until we have pushback. Don't need GSX for the MD-80, you just power back all the time. I know, I can't wait to do some power backs, man. I need some power back in my life. We haven't done a power back since X-Plane 11. AJ, let me finish up my smoke. You got time, man. You got time, brother. Leg 2. Here we go. What time is it? 1 o'clock local here? Beautiful. BEA beautiful. What do we got? Pac-12 championship tonight? USC is playing for big time tonight, aren't they? Yeah, Utah, USC at 7 o'clock local time. All right.
Set parking brake.
Oh, just broke my knuckle. Brake set. Ow.
Unlocking gear.
All right, they're going to unlock gear and we're going to get out of here. All right, we started with B. We'll do B again. We'll go Bravo, APU bleed is on. Turning number 1. Should we do it from outside view? Let's see it. Should be about ready. Chuck Blake gifting 20 subs to the channel. Chuck Blake, you're an absolute savage, my friend. Thank you so much, man, for your support. I appreciate you. Guys, if you pick up a gifted sub from Chuck Blake, shout him out. Let him know you're appreciative of that. Monster subscription donation. Chuck Blake, thank you for your support, man. I really appreciate you. Absolutely awesome.
Odyssey 102, are you going to need a back taxi?
Absolutely awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. A lot of gifted subs today, John. You're absolutely right. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys really are awesome and so supportive of me. I can't thank you guys enough. It's very humbling to be a part of this community and see you guys be so receptive of sitting here and watching me fly airplanes on stream. I can't thank you enough. It's awesome. All right, we got a good start on number 1. Let's go ahead and crank number 2 from the inside view where it's proper sounds. Here we go. Is there anyone not subbed yet? Crimson Ghost, you know, the way that this channel is going, I'm going to have to mute the alert box again, though. I don't know. We've got a lot of greens in chat, and as right on cue, Jeff L drops another 5 gifted subs. We're going, it's all green, man. Everyone's green today. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't appreciate y'all enough. Thank you, Jeff, for another gifted sub membership. It's not, he says not enough gifted subs. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you, man. Guys, remember, if you do pick up that subscription for 1 month, get to check out some of the extra content, some shorts videos. Make sure you check the page for shorts videos I do for members only. I've got a whole podcast series. You can catch up on some old ones. We're probably doing our next one this weekend. And, of course, the members only section of the Discord if you want to talk to me personally or have questions for me and just hang out with the exclusive member team. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. We love green. Indeed, Callie Simmer. Green's actually my favorite color, believe it or not. No joke, it is. The circle of thrust is growing. It is, Digital Merc. It is, my friend. All right, we're powering up. Love the sound of that airplane. We got a good start on number 2. We're going to go off here. We're going to go APU off. Ooh, I forgot to do that first. That comes off. These come off. We need air supply, indeed. And we're going to do a 15-15 takeoff. So let's do it from right here.
Good afternoon.
We'll wait for it to spin up here. Taft Belton, welcome to Commercial Pilot, my friend, the hardcore supporter, Commercial Pilot. Thank you for the support, man. Welcome on board the channel. All right, 15. So loud in the cockpit. I need my audio sliders back. 15-15 is a set. We're going to do profile climb, profile nav, man thrust for now. Our trim was like, what, 0.7 again? Something like that? 0.7 up. So let's dial that in. 0.7 up, right about there. 0.7 up. That's going to be armed. We are ready. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. We need any more dome lights?
Require vectors after Dunkirk.
Why? Because you messed up your box, American?
Airport, maintain 11,000.
Correct airport 11,000, American 1429.
All right.
United 434.
Let's give him a call.
Contact 45 southwest estimate, level 350. Yeah.
We are on, where are we? We are short of Alpha, basically.
Maintain 4,000 feet.
Oh yeah, auto brake, thank you. Cleveland Center, Delta 357 on the ground in Buffalo, just pushed off of 24 with Charlie taxi.
So 357, runway 23, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 32.
Taxi via Alpha, cross runway 32, Delta 357. All right, let's do this. Taxi light on, brakes released. Lauren, did I have proper phraseology on that one? Let's go to detour.
Center Delta 16, 3 heavy.
Trim settings are on the EFB there, on your weight and balance. Look at the bottom right, and it will show you your trim for takeoff, which is right here.
Delta 1673, runway 23, taxi via Alpha, STELLER company, cross runway 32.
Oh man, this livery and sunset view.
Company Delta 16, 3 heavy.
There we go. I pre-ordered, and I usually don't. I've been waiting for the emblem for a while now, and I trust TFDI. Oh, we're talking. Oh, back to the pre-orders. Yeah, we'll see. I still haven't read anything about it, but we'll see what happens. That would be cool if there's a tanker livery, indeed. Alright, crossing this runway, we're clear to cross. Let's come back over here. I'm going to pull up the flight control page properly this time. Flight control. Sorry, elevator. Oh, that's a view button. I didn't realize I had bound. Alright, that all looks good. We get rid of the flight control. Takeoff test is normal. We are looking good. We're leaving Detroit for Buffalo? No, we're leaving Buffalo for Detroit, Space Bay. We already flew from Detroit to Buffalo, so now we're going to go back. This is the return leg. But this is also an INI Buffalo. So this whole stream is brought to you by INI. INI airplane, INI airports on both sides. The only thing that's not INI is Ratson. Steven! Let me get my alert box back on. Steven, thank you for the $3 super chat, my friend. Says it's INI day today. Thanks for taking the time to showcase the excellent new Detroit, the fantastic Buffalo, and the outstanding 310. Take it easy, y'all. Stephen Hayner, 1995. You're absolutely right, my friend. It is INI day. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us, man. It's absolutely awesome. All right, this is the ILS critical area hold short. We don't have to hold short of that. We're going to go all the way to the regular hold short line. But if they were doing ILS, so they said hold short of the ILS critical area, hold short. Runway heading 23, clear for takeoff, Delta 357. All right, we are clear for takeoff, 23. Runway heading is 235, so right about there is set. Let's go to Detroit. Well, this will be a nice sunset takeoff.
Go 3589, Cleveland Center, Squawk 5755.
Who do I have to petition to make INI Day an international holiday? Indeed.
100, turn left heading 2.
Oh, wow. Look at this beautiful lineup on this beautiful runway at the sunset. Let's just take a moment. Enjoy it. Get those yogas in chat. Spool them up 50. Already more likes than viewers. You guys are awesome. Smash down that like button if you haven't already for a sunset flight to Detroit. Here we go.
3589, radar contact position check. Descend via the Rock City 2 Bravo.
Stable. Yoga.
Fairway 100, just confirm you're joining runway 21 left localized.
All right, we're looking for 100.2. It's achieved. 80 knots. Thrust set. Staying on that right rudder again, so we're going down the runway. It's trying to bring me left. Going to stay on that right rudder for center line.
Fairway 100, clear to visual approach, runway 21 left.
V1. Rotate. Super light. Positive. All right, gear up. Weather vaning into the wind.
Delta 1673, runway 23 left away.
Get her trimmed out. Fly with. Oh, look at that view. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let's get back to the airplane. Let's actually fly the departure. There's profile thrust. There's acceleration altitude. Trim it down. Lower in the nose. It's a vector departure, so we're just going to fly this heading. We're in nav mode. Technically, if I had two pods, I'd probably say select heading, but we're just going to fly it like this.
Delta 357, radar contact, clear direct to Donio, climb Takeoff 260.
Direct to Donio, climb 260, Delta 357. All right, 260 is set. And then direct to Donio is right here. Insert, let's go. Profile thrust, profile climb, navin in the right turn.
Airwings 100, contact Detroit Tower 128.12.
The sim is just running beautiful today. Come on. Love it. All right, let's go slats 15. Bringing them up. Minfam, yeah, from the FSX days, this is just, it's straight mind-blowing. It really, truly is. I'm going to trim her out. Look at that. Nice and trimmed down right about there. Basically, hands off the yoke. This airplane, I said it on the last takeoff. I'll say it on this takeoff. To me, this airplane hand flies better than the PMD G73. Like, it just hand flies so well. It responds so good to your control inputs. And I have no curves on my yoke either. This is all pretty much straight linear. Let's go ahead and lower the nose, though. For acceleration, right about, seems right about that 7.5, 8 degree is where it wants to be. And let's go slats 0. The texturing is just Awesome. I can feel the nose is dropping with those slats coming in, countering it with the yoke. Look at that. Try hands off. I'm just sit back. Let the airplane fly itself. Look at these views. Man, oh man. Let's get the engine anti-ice on as we get ready to go up into the clouds here. Why we put in the -5? I believe it's to avoid nuisance RA warning on departure. Or excuse me, not RA. A nuisance jib whiz. I don't remember if that's an A300 thing or an A310 thing, or if I just saw somebody do it and I started doing it myself. Maybe INI is in the chat and they can let us know. But I thought it was for something along those lines. It's to avoid a nuisance warning on rotation on takeoff. If only there was a tray table, I know. All right, let's lower the nose. I'm going to turn the autopilot on, and we're going to enjoy this breakout together. So I'm going to go autopilot on. We're going to go full screen cam, and I'm going to go nose view. Here we go. Let's get ready for the breakout in nose view. INI says it was a quirk sheared between the 300 and 310. There you go. Yeah. All right, so I didn't make it up then. That's good. This breakout is going to be spicy. Like, we're going to be right on top of the clouds at golden hour. Look at the sun getting brighter and brighter up here. The clouds are getting brighter.
Back to your direction, runway 23.
Space Bay, if you wanted to be a pilot since you're a kid, this sim is about as close as you can get to reality, man. It is truly next level. Oh my goodness, we're breaking out. We are breaking out. I don't know where to sit. Here we go. All right, we're still accelerating. There comes another breakout. The sun peeking through the clouds. This looks like one of my shorts videos I made, a couple months ago. I don't know if you remember that. I had a video basically flying in the sunset. This looks almost exactly like that. Juicy's and X-Planes in chat. Jeff L's already got him rocking. Absolutely. Why do you enable both autopilots on an ILS even though you're not doing an auto land? I thought dual channels were for auto land approaches only. Jeremy, so the way that I've been trained on the I'm trying to think, on every commercial jet that I've flown, like every airliner, you always arm the airplane to the highest extent of not automation, basically its highest level of accuracy. So you always arm it like you're going to do either an auto land or the highest extent possible, whether or not you fly it or not that way. Just the way I've been trained. It could be different around the globe, could be different from SOP to SOP, because you're right. If you're going to do a visual approach, why arm both autopilots? You could totally do it just with one autopilot, that's fine. But basically the way that we are trained, especially on the 320, is you always arm the airplane to its highest capability or its lowest minimum landing minimum. So it would always be a Cat 3 dual autopilot 1 and 2, whether or not you turn it off or not.
1429, when you roll out airport, we'll
gosh, this is incredible. There's our breakout, folks. We are on top now.
Yeah, the airport's dead, American 1429.
Unbelievable.
Visual 250, clear for the visual, runway 23, American 1429. Aircraft to 30 and runway stepping away for just a couple minutes.
Please release Detroit soon. INI says weekend if all goes well. There you go. So it could be as soon as this weekend, guys. I'm excited to see what it looks like here. We went through 10,000. Let's go ahead and get this off. Let's get this off. I'm excited to see what it looks like with some of these night lights. I didn't even try it with night lighting, so let's experience that together, shall we? Lights are off. We'll go ahead and set standard 3 times, once, twice, and 3 times. That can go to the off position there. That is good. We're in auto on the, what is that, the TRP panel, whatever it's called. Beautiful. I don't know. This is just so beautiful. I don't know where to sit. When your biggest problem with the sim is you don't know which view to view, that's good English. That's a good problem to have. Like, I don't know if I want to be on a wing view. I don't know if I want to look at the livery. I don't know if I want to be in the cockpit view or on the dashboard view. Just straight up awesome. Apparently, Lamler has release candidate 1 for X-Plane 12, and it's completely borked. Sucks for them, and why I have not moved solely to Microsoft. I heard that there were some issues with that initial release. I saw a bit of Flight Deck to SimStream, in the 737, and it's he seemed to have some issues with that latest update. So I'm not ruling X-Plane 12 out, but there's nothing on my radar for X-Plane 12. The only thing that would be on my radar is maybe a FlyJ Sim 727. I might fire it up for that. If I get the itch for the A319 from Tolis, I'll probably fire that up again. But really, we're still kind of, oh my goodness, we're still kind of missing some good compatible scenery in ortho, right? Like, I don't think any of the Orbic stuff is fully compatible yet. So I don't know. I'm just kind of, it's on my radar, but I'm not really paying attention to it.
Back, American 1429, wind 18014, runway 23.
How do you get the overlay? That is, what is that called? That is called Fly Live Studio. I'm running that through my OBS. That program is Fly Live Studio. I've fallen in love with dusk to night flights. I agree with you, Crimson Ghost. This sim, dusk and sunrise night, is amazing. And honestly, even midday, it's just boring for me because there's nothing to see, but midday looks good too. Like, if you're flying on a super hot day, it looks super hot and blah outside. Just feels that way. And then yesterday, and we were talking about how they do the lighting. We took off out of Boston, cold, windy morning, post-frontal, bluebird skies, but it just, the way the lighting was on the departure, it looked like it was a cold, good visibility post-frontal day. It just, I don't know if it's the lighting that they have, a combination with the sky colors, but it captures that realism. Oh, look at this turn right here. This is amazing.
United 7122, say again.
The reflection coming off the windows. Been having an itch for the MD-11, but the graphics is stopping me. Yeah, Chris Stuper, I hear you, man.
7122, what airport are you at?
Is it even fully configured yet? Like, is it ready to go? All right, we're leveling at 260. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. We're 260, smooth ride, short ride. We'll turn off the seatbelt sign. Why we settled in here at cruise, we could see we've got our... did I ever change cruise? I think I did here, right? I don't know why I'm gonna have to do another calibration there, it looks like. All right, our cruise, yeah, we did set 260. Okay, they're stopped now. No, they're not. Weird. All right, 260 is set.
Change to flight level 350 Delta 146.
And while we sit here and enjoy this view,
Flight level 360.
didn't want to do that.
146, 360.
Send and maintain flight level 360.
I kind of want to do a dashboard view like this right here. There we go. I'm going to look at the arrival into Buffalo here, or excuse me, into Detroit now. So the bottom altitude for us on the arrival is going to be 7,000 feet at Ryder intersection. That's going to lead us into the ILS for 21 left into Detroit. When we land, we'll request parking at gates. Where did we take off from? Maybe we should go right back to where we started. Parking gates. There's south.
That was 3589 heading 140.
We will go back to, we'll go back to the A gates. So that'll be 3 north, lane 5. Getting all my stuff here. Alpha 68, sweet. Kevin, you're getting ready to do a milk run today in real life with 4 legs. Oof. Don't work too hard, Kevin. Enjoy the day, though, man. TFDI plans on September 2023. Sweet. Hey, I look forward to it. I had the TFDI 717.
1429, you can taxi Alpha to the ramp.
Alpha to the ramp, American 1429, we'll see you later.
We do a little throttle dancing.
Yeah. Aircraft on 15, unfortunately, Cleveland Center will be closing in about 5 minutes. You had 1923. If you're trying to call on voice, it's coming in straight.
Someone's coming in broken there on the radio. All right, we are set up for the arrival. Detroit is online. Tower's online. So we're going to have ATC into Detroit.
Express 99
awesome.
is going to maintain 1000.
Man, look at that. I gotta find. Oh, I can't play that shorts video because it would. It has audio on it. I think.
Keller 989, the Johnstown altimeter 3026.
Altimeter 3026 for Counter 99.
Let me go here. I'm trying to find something to show you guys. That's not it.
American 721, direct Johnstown, US
Where are you? There it is. Nope.
Direct Johnstown, American 721.
This one, maybe.
Yeah, we're 3589, heading 180, join the localizer 22 right.
I want to play audio. I'm mute it. Is this the one I wanted to show you guys? I'm trying to show you a video. Reminded me of that departure we took out.
Is that any better for United 1923?
That is much better.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Oh well. Can't find it. It's on there somewhere. My members probably saw it. But man, look at that. Sun is getting ready to go down. This is going to be a spicy. This is going to be spicy when we get into Detroit.
Keller 989, I'm not sure I'll be on for your arrival, but in the meantime...
All right, 40 miles to top of descent. Let's go ahead and do some prep work because it's going to be busy with air traffic control. The localizer frequency for us is 111.5 with 216.
Let's go with 3589. You can make it heading 190 to join.
111.5, 216 on the approach course. Scorpion, thank you for the continued support, my friend. Microsoft has come so far in 2 years. Thanks for all you do. Scorpion, well, thank you for your continued support, man, for one whole year already. Appreciate you. But yes, it surely has. When it first came out, man, I didn't like it at all. I mean, I was not on board the Microsoft train. You guys saw that. I mean, when I was flying, I've hardly flew any Microsoft when it first was out. But now, it has come quite the distance. 832 in the barrel here. We'll put MDA here. We'll set our wind correction a little bit later. The decision height in RA is 200 feet. We'll set 200 right here. And then we'll also set this barrel ref bug at 832. Xcraft has been refurbishing the E-Jets for 11, but they're taking forever. Not even sure we'll get. Mike V, I was looking forward to that. I really, truly was. The V2, the Xcraft, the Embraers. I really think we could use a nice, high-quality Embraer, but I don't have any faith in the project anymore. I don't know. Are they releasing it for 12? Is it going to come out for 12? Like it just seems like it kind of went by the wayside, unfortunately. But I was looking forward to that. I would love to see a nice, high-quality Embraer in Microsoft. I have not flown. That's one airplane I've flown in real life that I've never really been able to replicate in the sim. We had one in the FSX days. What was it like? Who made them? There was like a whole package you could buy on X-plane, or sorry, on FSX. Something E-Jets. Microsoft was a VFR GA video game at most until the 7.3 released. Yeah, agreed. Just looking juicy. They're still working hard on it, Sky? Ah, well, that's good to hear. You can count on it. I will definitely be checking it out when it becomes available. All right, everything is done up here. 20 miles out. Above 24 for there, which is fine. We're above 24. Top of descent is just past that waypoint. And just kind of staying ahead of the airplane here. That all looks good. We got our landing elevation. Beautiful. All right. Let's enjoy some views here.
357 descend via the Top Gun 2 Rowler, runway 21 left.
Descend via Top Gun 2, 21 left, Delta 337. All right, so we got a descend via, so that is bottoming out at 7,000 feet. 7,000 is set. We need to push it to arm it or pull it to arm it. Pull it. Yes. Profile descent is armed. So we got descent armed. 7,000 is set. We're going to start down here in about 20 miles. auto brakes off, full reverse, full flaps.
American 721.
What's the wind doing down there?
Use money to come 122.8. Good
Updated METAR, wind down there in Detroit, 170 at 10. Not bad at all, so we can just add, let's add a
Delta 7689, just a
3
little
knot
early to send you
correction.
to Boston Center. Go ahead and monitor you come 122.8, give him a call and those down to 70 miles.
Roger, going to Unicom. We'll call Boston pretty soon, and thanks for ATC. We'll see you.
Calendar 989, no traffic reported between you and the airport. You can monitor you come 122.8.
feel their ERJs. That's what it was.
Cheers, going to Unicom for calendar 9.
Yeah, the feel their series was pretty wild.
American correctional off gate 38, you can monitor you come 122.8.
Kevin Thomas says, V1, are you able to share how refueling while boarding works at your airline? Seatbelt signs off. Yeah, signs off, door open,
Delta 146,
or you have to have doors closed and armed,
Descend via
seatbelt sign
arrival, Delta 146.
off. No, seatbelt sign on, doors armed, and fire trucks. I believe that's what it is. I'd have to, which I've never done, never refueled with doors closed. It's always been doors open, signs off, and you need at least enough crew members to man the emergency exits.
357, be closing up. You can monitor come 122.8. Contact tower on final. You have good night.
Is that for us? Over to Unicom 228. Thanks for ATC Delta or 357. We'll see you.
And all aircraft emergency. If I did not get to you, I'm going to be closing up. The all aircraft are monitoring come 122.8.
All right, so we'll monitor 22.8 until tower. So 122.8 is on, and tower for Detroit is 28.12. We'll get that in the standby. 28.12. 28.12 is set. Jeez. Look at that. Throttle rigging is going to need some work. I know, man. I smashed it with my thumb pretty good there on taxi out. I hope it didn't mess anything up. Might have to take a look at the. Might have to look at that. Still doing it? Now it's just that side. All right, we are armed, so we should start down any second. Is ACARS modeled already? I don't believe so, but you can import flight plans from SimBrief and get your ATIS from the EFB. Pretty much do everything you need to do. Cannot believe some people are purchasing 4090s for $2,100. Is that what they're going for right now? I haven't even looked, especially since I just bought a Pew Pew. I haven't even looked at 4090s, but I was really close to building a whole new rig. But man, when I have days like this and the sim is just running so smooth and beautiful, I really, But it's been on my radar, but I haven't really checked prices. You can import from SimBrief. Yes, Lola Pilot. Yes, indeed you can. So basically for SimBrief, you just come down here, you go to your menu, ACARS, and then you do request from your flight plan there. That'll bring it, it'll get everything you need. All right, we should be starting down any second now. Just make sure it does start down when it's supposed to. Here it comes. It's flashing. Profile descent, profile speed. We're rolling back. Let's go ahead and get our seatbelt sign on. Start tidying up the cabin for landing, folks. I'm trying to find a, oh, there you go. There's the window. Have you guys seen the cabin in this airplane at night? It's absolutely spicy. We'll have to, maybe we'll try it in when we land. That looks so good, though. 49ers are close to 3K on eBay. Wow, that's a dude. You should be able to build a PC for 3K. NVIDIA can eat my APU exhaust with those prices. I'm waiting for that sweet AMD value. There you go. Feel their ERJs and Aerosoft CRJs both left similar strange aftertaste for me. I don't know, not quite the study level feel or the fact that it's an RJ. I think it's both, the Joe planes. I think it's both, honestly. The CRJ, the problem with the CRJ that I have in Microsoft is that it's just a default flight model. The flight model is quite blah. Other than that, though, there is some modeling going on there. It's pretty decent as far as the textures and the model work. But the flight model is basically just a default CAN model, which I haven't flown it since it first released. I don't know if it's been improved upon at all. Maybe it has. Maybe it's taken advantage of some of the perks that Microsoft has now, but I am not sure. Key 6, you gotta call your brother at NVIDIA? Hey man, if he's got another 4090 to spare, I can trade in ammo. How do you decide wind correction? It will depend on the aircraft. You could do, typically you want to do either half the gust or, what was it? It was half of the steady state plus all of the gust. You could do that. With a weather like this with just 10 knots, I'm just going to give us a few extra knots. I'm going to do plus 3, plus 5. Airbus will always give you plus 5. I did plus 3, you know, probably should just do plus 5, give us 141. But we're super light. I mean, plus 5 is probably the default safe way to do it. But if you got really gusty winds, think about adding half of that gust factor. So if you got a 20 knot gust factor, add 10 knots. You might take me up on that. Hey, dude, I'm here. You know where to reach me. Yeah, the ammo price hike was pretty wild, man. No doubt about it. That still hasn't come down far enough, I know. All right, nighttime approach into Detroit. Or sunset, anyway. Time check, 1:30 local. We're looking good. We're at 20,000. We're on the profile. She's doing a good job today. 44 knots on the nose. Let's see if we actually meet these restrictions, because we kind of blew through that 11,000 restriction on the way to Buffalo. The current altimeter, 3001. Let's spin that in here. 3001 is set. We're looking good. Yeah, the sunset is straight juice, Scorpion. I agree, man. Look at that. The sunset with the cloud, like with the sunset, the clouds, and then this livery, just, it's like a time machine, you know? It's like stepping back in a time machine. Smitty, welcome to Commercial Pilot, my friend. Welcome back on board. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. Thank you very much. It's even worse here in California. You have to have out-of-state ammo shipped to an FFL. What? Are you serious, man? That's wild, dude. That's wild. 30.6 and 6.5 Grendel aren't cheap. Brickstyle, I know. I actually almost built a 6.5. It's an interesting round. I am very interested in the 6.5. Stepping back to time where LOMs ruled. That outer marker, I don't remember it going off. I never heard it. Did you guys hear it? I didn't hear it go off when we landed in Buffalo. It might just be on the chart. It must not be an actual outer marker. All right, it is getting darker though, so let's see if we can, let's turn up some more integral lighting here and make it look really good. Yeah, my throttles are tripping right now. What's up with that? I don't know. I think I definitely knocked them out of calibration when I rocked them or something. All right, let's come back here. Turn those up. There we go. PFD and ND, actually turned them down a tad. We're doing a good job on the path today. Look at that, we're still on it. Between 11 and 14, 280 on the speed. It's bugged 280 blue. We'll see if it actually does it or not. The clouds on the sunset look like roasted caramelized marshmallows. Oh, man. You know what, Jeremy? You bring up a great point. I think tonight, we're going to have fire pit night. Fire pit night with the SOCOM 16 and do marshies. My little girl, she loves marshmallows. She calls them marshies. My mom came in over the holidays, and they made Rice Krispies, and my oldest, she's 3, she took the whole bag of marshmallows and was running around the house just stuffing her face with marshmallows. It was pretty hilarious. And then the dogs were chasing her, and she was scared because they wanted the marshmallows too, so she would drop some, and they were picking up the marshmallows that she was dropping as she was running around eating marshmallows. Just wild chaos, man. Chaos. But yeah, we should have a fire pit and marshmallows tonight, Jeremy. Thanks for bringing that up. Ricksta, interesting. Nice, man. The law is that you have to have a mini background check every time you buy ammo, hence the fee, and some buddies of mine wanted to shoot, and they wouldn't sell them the ammo. Wow. That's crazy, Key 6. I didn't know it was... I mean, I knew it was pretty wild out there in California for that, but I didn't know even ammo was that tight. That's crazy. 13.9... Okay, yeah, we go down to 11, so it's all right. We're still on the vertical deviation. Maybe we did it right this time. We might have done it. We might have done it right. Time machine. Happy my family is at home in New Hampshire and I don't have issues getting what I want in New York. There you go, Tony. Jeremy, she is. Yeah, she is, man. She loves the dog. It's her new thing now is every time before bed she's got to go to each one and give them kisses before bedtime. Which it's just her way of stalling bedtime because Stanley will run away from her, so she just chases him around the house until she can catch him. It's just a way of stalling, saying she doesn't want to go to bed. Do you know when the Detroit scenery will officially be out? Aviation. They said hopefully this weekend. So I was in the chat previous. They said hopefully this weekend if all goes as well. And then, you know, if they got to work something out maybe within the next week or so. I think they're just working out a couple little kinks, and they've handed it out to some beta testers such as myself and streamers. I know Q8's got it. He's flying it today. I'd be curious to see what it looks like on his rig because he's got the super rig, so he'll have it maxed out all the way out. But yeah, it should be pretty soon, man. It's phenomenal. We did a little tour in the daytime. When we land, remind me if we have time. We'll pull out the drone cam again. We'll zoom through the airport in night lighting, see what it looks like. Hurry up, Tower wants to eat lunch. Lauren, I'm flying the arrival. Blame your center controllers for putting speed restrictions on this. Out of curiosity, V1, did you see the last line of our announcement email we sent out? I did. You talking about the image? Let me see. I had it up here a second ago. Let me switch over. This one here. Yes, this image. So I will show you right now. Let's do it right now. So that's media. Let me show you guys something. It's the link to that.